morning, good afternoon, good evening, hi. Oh man, I wonder how this is gonna be for see you soon. Ta-da! You know, games can like bypass pretty much all the other feels, which I kind of like. Which is why I'm willing to wake up early in the morning for my first surgery collabs, because I'm just like, or heck, even to finish events, as much as I hate mornings, I will wake up, think of game, and then it's like, okay, ta-da! Or heck, even for work in general, I'm just like, gotcha game, love. I need you for my gotcha games. I'm like, okay, work. Hello. I am still tempted to try summoning for her, but I'm trying to resist a tiny bit longer. I'm gonna wait to the very end. But for now, we'll start off with Eblana. Hey, girl. Adhaint on Girion? Whatever that means? That is a thing. Something. And now I stare at the darkness. All shall return to fire. Well, you, my unruly shadow, you had every opportunity to avoid involving yourself in this. But since you decided to jump into the flames together... Come. Also, it's so freaking hot today. It's extra humid because it was raining earlier. I kind of feel like I'm in a sauna. Except I've never been in a sauna, so ooh. Join this magnificent blaze where even the shadows lose themselves. Ooh, interesting. Oh, that's gonna be fun seeing how it turns out. So, we're basically right outside of Londinium.
That's what I heard. I've never walked so much in my entire life. You figure you've walked more than Moran and the others? Them, they followed the leader all the way from the Skathana fields. How can I even compare?
Was Moran the funny one who was she the savage one who was blind? Or is it someone else? Because I remember in one of the groups there was like a scary, blindish lady.
Well, who's counting? Besides, we're here. What now? We fight? I suppose we've been through more than our fair share of scuffles on our way here anyway. Stray sarcas, wasteland bandits, soldiers hired by nobles. Sorry. Present company excluded. I meant the ones who specifically target Terrans. You know the type. I know, I just wanted to say... It's nothing. Come on, out with it. Is your leg better now? Can you do a little jig?
The slightly sultry breeze of early autumn blows a scent of swamp and grass into the air. The smells! The soldier separated from his squad looks up towards Londinium. His ears are not being deafened by... Ah! It crashed! Ah! Well, no fear, no pain. Eee! And nope, I didn't touch it yet. But what the heck? So rude.
Arknights.
I'm just gathering more scuff luck, you know? That's how it goes, right? That's exactly what just happened. Sheesh. Thanks, brother you. Well, ta-da! Good thing it was just at the beginning. Not too bad. Oh, imagine if I was like towards the end and then having to like scroll. But for now, it's just a few clicks. I'm not gonna long press just in case I skip over too much. Of all the things to crash on, just normal story reading. The story is too powerful, what the heck? Okay, around here. The stinky smells. Who was that thick woman? Oh gosh, which one? soldier separated from his squad looks up toward Londinium. His ears are not being deafened by sporadic cannon fire, nor is the sarcasm witchcraft he heard so much about anywhere to be seen.
Fine, I'll try. Just don't step on my leg.
Oh wait, no, that's Moran.
They're dancing in the camp. I'll tell them to stop. We can't risk the noises close to the battlefield.
No, it's fine. We'll be safe as long as we're inside the camp.
But we have to press forward.
No. The road ahead passes through a battlefield, and I should go alone. Ooh, which side of the war? Well, Salem, of course, because he be war crazy, and then also... Wait, before I got to the story selection, I had to go back out then. And Duke, the Duke, Mr. Wellington.
Reed, Moran, come dance with us.
So you're all here?
Battlefield is up ahead. No clue how we're gonna end up. But everyone is in pretty good shape for now, so let's dance while we still can. Maybe if we move enough, it'll shake off the fear.
That's lovely, but I'd rather everyone stay here and go no further.
Huh? We're not going to battle?
It's too dangerous for you.
So you're going on ahead all while you're lonesome?
I'm sorry.
How long will you be gone?
I don't know, but I'll definitely return. Reed, everyone who follows you here knows that fighting is inevitable. We all know we're not qualified to join the fray, but we want to help you, even if all we can do is to block a few bolts. I'm not qualified either. Those stars look good, but not as good as you. Ah, thank you. If this is 6-star medic Reed, she can definitely solo. Ooh. Reed? Be it Wellington or the other dukes, or the Sarkaz, they're the ones tipping the scales of the war. But us, no matter which side we choose, will make less of a difference on the battlefield than a speck of dust that goes through both you and me. Then why? There is something I must do. But don't mistake me. What I intend is no nobler than facing off with the Victorians for our people. Swords drawn, I just have to face it. To face her. The leader? The leader. Almost every Tehran knows of Dublin and the leader. Even those not in the know will soon learn of their existence from the increased Victorian aggression after Wellington's army marched off towards Londinium. Of course, they will also realize that the leader of Dublin standing before them would seem out of place with the fabled Spectre Force, or on Wellington's high-speed battleship. But she saved them and asked nothing of them, so to them she is without a doubt the leader.
People come and go. Those of us still here have already made up our minds, so don't you worry on our behalf. Don't mind my wounds. I still have a chance against the restless dead. You saved my life. Even if I die here, it'll be a worthy death.
Thank you, everyone. But we didn't come all this way to become martyrs. The road ahead of us doesn't lead to yet more fighting. On the contrary, when I return, we'll return to Atara without war, together. So you're coming back for sure, Reed? I am. Then we'll wait for you. Thank you. Reed's powerful. She'll be fine. After the battle at Silver Rock Bluffs, the royal court forces retreated behind Londinium's walls, while victorious dukes kept their forces stationed around the city, in no hurry to assault it. Wellington's army, with their fresh new flag, did not participate in the siege, and stationed themselves just outside the war zone like an indifferent observer, coolly watching the deadlock outside the city. But a stalemate does not necessarily mean peace. Scouting efforts and countermeasures, raids and ambushes, sarcasm, witchcraft, and brief cannon barrages. Accompanying them are the curses and groans of the immobilized wounded, unable to do anything but wait in vain for death to come. Everything comes together in a tapestry of stifling tranquility. The calm before the storm. The Draco takes advantage of the current peace and sets off to put an end to it.
How's the situation outside the city? A group of Victorians tried to snatch their wounded off the battlefield a few hours ago, but we bled them dry. But they'll beat us to death if they spot any of us alone, and their firepower is terrifying to boot. Captain, is it true what the so-called babble on the radio said the other day? Shut up if you want to live. What? Avoid her walking around outside the city, even helping to treat the wounded? Is she mocking us? Does she think we're already as good as dead? I'll give you a minute. Consider your lives forfeit if she's still breathing. Wait, what? You're telling me she's even saving the Sarkaz?
Equal opportunity heals.
Bloody devils. They've been holed up in there for days and still pack a punch. Personally, I'd rather the siege continue. Old Wellington's not in a siege, changed flags and retreated to his own camp. It's obvious he no longer wants to fight the Sarkaz. Her Grace the Duke of Castor, in her magnanimity, has ordered us not to pursue the matter any further. Where are we going to find more unlucky blokes to hold up the Sarkaz troops? I mean, I'm certainly not volunteering for the duty. Are there even any Victorians left in the city, with so many wounded soldiers out here in the field? Reporting in, we have returned. What? How? Everyone we sent to rescue never came back. A Voiver, a caster, she saved us. A Voiver? Which duke did she serve? Godin? Fife? No idea. She didn't even seem to care which side we were on. Sonnet, just who was she? You're saying she was going, what, towards the city? Seemed like, to the Gastral.
True, I bet it's gonna be like that too. Wellington's probably like, aw man, my best frenemy's gone. I'll miss that guy. It's like he and I were kindred spirits. Ah. Oh, sadness. It's like, Eblana, you owe me a new rival. I'm sorry. This is all I can do for you.
It's okay. I'm just relieved. My chest isn't hurt anymore, at least. Thank you so much, leader. I've seen you before, at Oak Grove. You said then, the flames have already been kindled. So now become one of the restless dead and continue fighting for Tara even after I die, right?
Is that what you want? Then my answer is this: you won't.
What?
The flames will indeed swallow up many lives, but never should they intentionally use life as tinder. That isn't how flame is meant to be used. Do you know the legend of the Watchmen? Those who sent returning Taran warriors to sleep in flame, so they may finally know rest. Your fight is over, soldier. I hope you find rest just as they did.
Leader, I can't.
This is an order.
As you command.
Well, time to just pass away now. Goodbye.
Brigadier Sir. What's the situation with our target? She's been treating any wounded on her way, but otherwise, she's been headed straight towards our camp. She'll soon reach the Gastral's gangway. What are the Sarkaz and the other Duke's movements? The Sarkaz have made a few probing attacks with small squads, but are evidently unaware of the situation and have failed to slow her down. Continue surveillance and prepare for her to board. Eliminate any threat to her life. Yes, sir. Another thing, Brigadier Sir. We and you, Terrans, have already become companions on the battlefield after risking our lives together, yes? No need to beat around the bush. Ask me any question you have. I've heard some rumors regarding the target, that you once planned to get rid of her. So why are you protecting her now?
Reporting in. Target's at the gangway. Inquiring look.
Let her board. Bring her to the command center. The bridge? Let her board, and bring her to the Gastral's command center. Yes, sir. I thought you would have welcomed her personally. Me? I'm no longer qualified.
Hey, Wellington. Your Grace? I thought the one waiting for me would be my sister.
It is inconvenient for Princess Iblana to meet you at the moment, Miss Lofshini. But I'm quite interested in how you managed to obtain the Geo High Ground coordinates. Is it the pharmaceutical company you stay at, the doctor?
Yes.
Then, milady, would you kindly pass along a message? The doctor will have to personally come and get whatever is wanted from Tara.
The doctor was only helping me meet my sister, expecting nothing from Tara, only hoping to end the war sooner, and I agree.
Pardon my frankness, Miss Loshini, but I see only a mouthpiece here, and I believe mouthpieces have no authority to make suggestions.
I am no go-between. I represent only myself.
Then I shall hear you out. What exactly do you want?
I like the difference in how he's treating the sisters. He's like, ah yes, Princess Iblana. Iblana Hime-sama. And then there's you. Just you. Ow. Like, sheesh. Okay, I'd be more curious about Teresa's and the doctor. Especially if it's before we regain memories, because oh, that'd be so awkward. It's like, what is this guy talking about? I don't remember any of this. Peace.
Peace? The cannons still ring, the sarcasm witchcraft still hovers above our heads, and we speak of peace? Is it only because I am meeting you in good faith that I would choose not to regard that as an insult to this war?
That's absolutely not my intention. This war continues not because it cannot be ended, Your Grace. Even I can tell the Sarkas are running out of time. The Victorians have surrounded the city, but have refrained from an assault in order to preserve their strength. I suppose they plan to starve out the city. They do not care if any of their own countrymen remain inside. It does not matter if there actually are, so long as they don't see a single one of them when they eventually enter the city. An ugly tactic, if there ever was one.
The root of ugliness is cowardice, as it always has been. The morality of one's actions does not diminish its cowardice, Miss Lofshini. Cowardice is when you hesitate to take responsibility.
Which is why I'm standing before you now. I hope that you and your forces can put an end to this ugly siege, break the Sarkas's fragile front, and spare every Victorian in the city from the calamity created by their own people.
I see. Now I understand why you've come. As Her Highness Iblana has said...
I went from Princess Iblana to Her Highness Iblana. I like how he's just upping the ante.
As Her Highness Iblana has said, you show both compassion and nobility, but these virtues of yours are far from a reason for the Turans to once again involve themselves in a conflict between the Sarkas and the Victorians.
The Gasha would not be stationed here if intervention was never an option.
I ask for a reason, Miss Lofshini. I, the Gastro, and the countless other Turan warriors require a reason good enough for us to risk our own lives.
Please, Your Grace.
Please has no power in the battlefield.
Ree tries her best to look straight into Wellington's eyes. She knows well that what holds the most power in the battlefield. She knows she is qualified to wield it, and that right is all she has. She also knows that once she uses it, there will be no turning back. But she was never involved, and that is precisely why she came here. Takes a deep breath. Then, Your Grace, I order you, in the name of Tara, I order you to rescue the Victorian civilians inside the city. I order your fleet to smash the weak Sarkas defense line to bring Londinium the relief she should have had long ago. I order the Turan army to demonstrate noblesse oblige, not for material benefit, but for all to see our glory.
As you command.
And he's so willing now, he's like, okay.
Any other orders?
You've been stationed outside Londinium this whole time, yet you acquiesced to my command so easily. Could it be because of my sister?
No. My presence here means only one thing, that once again I was able to witness the cowardice and evil of the Victorians. As long as you're willing to give orders, you will have command. You merely made a choice to align yourself with Her Highness Iblana and the newborn Tara.
I did. I would have come here even if the city was not being besieged.
If so, then I believe Her Highness will soon find the time to grant you an audience. I'm sorry to say, but this truly is an inconvenient time for her to meet you.
What is she planning?
Does it matter? Whether it succeeds or fails, it will nonetheless benefit Tara.
Truly?
She made a promise, and she will honor it. Do excuse me.
Wellington's type. He wants a commanding lady. He's like, please, ew, disgusting, don't use those words with me. You're supposed to be like, I command you. It's like, oh, heck yeah. The command center returns to silence as Reed scrutinizes the conversation they just had. She completed some of her objectives and learned a few things, but is left even more puzzled. She has stepped in and can no longer turn back.
Miss Lofshini.
You are...
The General ordered me to escort you out and show you to your cabin. You may spend your time aboard the Gastral as you please before we reach Tehran territory.
My apologies, but there are people waiting for me.
Do you mean the Terrans who have been following you? The General did consider this. He's willing to send a squad to lead them to our camp here and let them board a ride and on a support ship back to the capital. Nah, sorry, see.
No, I promised that I would return. Just as I'm promising right now, and I promise His Grace that I will return to Nassau, Irsi. I believe we made that clear in our earlier exchange.
My apologies, but I'll need to ask the General about this. He's busy? But... What? With your busy schedule, even... Yes, as you command. Miss Lofshini.
I'm listening.
Direct orders from the leader. She has instructed us not to interfere with your movements.
The leader?
Yes. But she does not... but she does ardently hope that you can stay just a little while longer to witness a grand performance. Are you sure about not meeting her personally?
No need to. Strictly speaking, the war has yet to end. Nothing good will come of meeting Lofshini now. It would only bring her more confusion.
Very well, Your Highness. Please return to the command center and await the good news.
Hold on.
What do you mean?
Seeing that Lofshini is willing to tie her own fate to Tara's, we should show her the might of the nation she's about to be part of.
Rest assured, we will demonstrate it with the Sarkaz's prompt defeat. But if you prefer a more personal show of force, the Gastro is more than willing to oblige.
Consider it a grand welcome. As my dear sister has made her wishes clear, shouldn't I help her realize them with my own hands? Ooh, for Eblana's ambition? Let's see. Yeah, she is fighting for them to have equal rights, which is pretty nice. But... yeah, I don't think she's gonna stop at just that. Like, her and Wellington get along so well, and they're both extremely ambitious, and they... heck. I could see them itching for more fights later on.
Didn't I tell you that it doesn't matter where that warrior came from? She's helping the Victorians, so she's got to die. Simple as that. We're no match for her. You're worthless. Bah, forget it. It's just one voiver. What was that noise? A high-speed battleship currently speeding towards the city walls. Victorian. It's the Gastro. It's the Duke of Wellington guy. Not just him, Castor's fleet seems to have spontaneously coordinating with his ships. Raid incoming! Purple flames, Captain!
It be he! Atop the Gastro's bow stands the leader of Dublin, purple flames spreading from the tip of her spear to the city walls. Her flames of death erupt from the sarcas on the perimeter, spreading to adjacent victims as they wantonly seek the next host, leaving only the floating Notchzerer untouched by fire. Notchzerer, god of war, lord of war and death? A shame there's no longer enough death here to sate you. Even living legends have their endings, but surely becoming the kindling of a new legend is better than wasting away in obscurity.
Oh, the brazenly ambitious young Draco. Very well then. Red dragon who toys with life and death on a spear. Just how well do you comprehend death? I suppose this is not the worst way to kill time before the war is over.
Do try to hold on a little longer, Notchzerer. Let us show those Victorians what death truly is, while the artillery still rings.
I've waited a long time, young Draco. You're bolder than the others. Then use those flames of yours to send a message to those cowards surrounding the city. I am here. The war is here.
I like how even Salem's like, oh heck yeah. Iblana, she passed the vibe check for him. He's like, ooh, you're promising. I kinda like you. The stench of rot thickens as the ice-cold flames of death rage. Death crashes into death over the faint shelling and thin city walls. At the same time, what does that say about her if both Wellington and Salem are like, hey girl, I like the way you work, I like the way you think.
They really started fighting? Did the leader... Shush, there's no way she'd... No, we have to go find her.
We promised we'd wait for her here.
But the fighting's broken out in Londinium again.
Just believe in her.
I do, but listen. That's the sound of witchcraft, and the Duke's cannons. How could the leader...
Like she believes in us. The wounded soldiers left speechless, only able to look back on the tranquility now torn apart by the flame and chaos, searching for a reason for his squad to join the battlefield. Past the smoke and mire, he sees a figure. The leader, Reed, Lofshini. She finished her own fight, held true to her promise, and returns to lead them on, to the end of their journey, to home, to peace. Yeah, it's a good thing they stayed back. Oh, they would have gone to the flames. That would have been bad. Let's go, everyone. What is happening there is no longer something we can involve ourselves in. It's time to head home. And now, hello to Lula. Steer. Are we doing more community service?
Here's the file on Turtle Box, Chief. They're on your desk. Hope you can find the info you wanted somewhere in those dusty papers. Thanks for sorting them out, Xenia.
Hello, hello? The assistant closes the door as he leaves, as usual. It scrapes against the uneven flooring, letting out a shrieking sound. Oh, I hate that! Okay, when doors do that, it's just like, ah! The editor sits up straight, lights a cigarette, and pushes through the discomfort as he flips through the stack of old newspapers.
The Third Army's dereliction of duty in the Chernobog incident. Shh, same old, same old. Chernobog closes mine, a heavy blow to Earth's originium industry. Novo Chernobog, the infected lives the infected lives a blessed life under His Majesty's glory. Utter drivel. No, this isn't what I want. These trashy tabloids are barely scratching the surface. None of these reports are anywhere close to the truth. The editor pushes up his glasses and flicks away some stray cigarette ash, but accidentally sends sparks flying onto the paper. Oops. He rushes to extinguish the sudden fire, but the newspaper already bears a freshly burnt hole. Through the hole, the editor sees an ensemble of letters. Reunion. A name he's never heard of before. Reunion. In the last few days, a stream of infected have been showing up wanting to join Reunion. I told them we'll be leaving Londinium in 1 month's time, heading for the Duke of Gododin's territory. Are they willing to follow us there? They neither agreed nor refused. They couldn't come up with an answer. I'll prepare for bringing them along. They have nowhere else to go.
Gaoden, I hear the Dukes issued more than a few decrees benefiting the infected, so it's worth checking out. Decrees and reality are not the same thing. Obviously, which is why we need to see for ourselves. From a corner comes a rustling sound as Chen turns the newspaper page. Nothing to say even after listening in for so long, Chen. I like how Chen just casually there reading a newspaper. Everything you've talked about is internal business. You love how Salem carries himself. War is just a lifestyle to him. Only war can kill him. Or only allow war to kill him. True, true. Truly worthy of being called the god of war. As an outsider, I have no right to comment. I've been focusing on the news anyways. You weren't this quiet with many of the others in private. We need your thoughts, Huichie. When I let you tag along with us, it wasn't just to show you how different we are from the other organizations. Don't go getting the idea that you'd have to take responsibility for either of us. Given our current situation, anyone's input is welcome, as long as we can help these people out. So speak your mind. You're planning to take people in with nowhere else to go? Why not? They'll bring new vitality to our group. Or new conflicts. This group you've gathered under the banner of what you're calling reunion is as ragtag as they come. Is this what you promised me when you left? Not to mention her. Chen looks toward the indifferent Tallulah. You're bound to attract more eyes in the future. So if you ask me, I suggest staying in Londinium for a while and restructuring yourselves. You mean letting someone more suitable handle it? I won't deny that. Just look at the people you have here. Criminals, infected, deserters. Do you have any clue? Do you have a clue where you're taking them? We're not gonna stay here forever, at the very least. What is it? What's the hurry?
9. We just came back with some urgent news. Ugh!
He shoots a glance at Chen. Ever since the stranger called Chen showed up, his companions have been behaving strangely. She rarely leaves Tallulah and 9 alone, but has never once commented on Reunion's actions either. Go on, she's one of us.
Troops from the Duke Alliance are approaching the factory. Should we get them to leave?
Ducal troops? They can't be coming for us, but I'll head there myself and see what's going on. Tallulah, keep everyone else hidden. All right. Hello, hello.
Kuhaha!
So you agree with 9's methods? Not exactly, but this group is nothing like the original group I traveled with on the tundra. Unfortunately, oppressed peoples are treated the same way no matter where they are. No one cares where we go, Huichie. Only where we decide to stop. And then they'll figure out how to drive us away. Reunion. It's a mistake I've made myself. 9 has no intention of wiping my slate clean, but if she needs me to come up with a new meaning, I have no right to refuse. And her conscience is crystal clear. 9 and myself, we know very well what we're doing. But you, Huichie, you chased me, or rather Reunion, all the way here. Why are you still delaying what you decided long ago? Tallulah leaves, Chen doesn't catch up with her. Keep moving, you beast. Don't stop! Shh. Bloody bastards!
Get up now!
Look at these disgusting sick freaks. Wish I could just get rid of them here now.
The exemplar's territory is just ahead. Are you considering dumping our rubbish right on their doorstep? I say we stay out of trouble. They've already set up a garbage disposal station, so no littering.
Garbage disposal? I won't ask when or where you got your orders, soldier. But this is no place for an execution.
Ah, the infected hiding in the factory. You should be thankful that we're busy catching these devils instead of...
The air grows warm. 9 casts a quick glance toward A corner shrouded in darkness. Within it, a fire ignites, then slowly dims.
You. Did you just feel tingling on your skin like I got burned by fire? Itching for a fight, huh?
This factory is under the Exemplar's protection. So why don't you go ask your superiors if they'd mind an idiotic subordinate stirring up conflicts here and smashing this hard-won piece to pieces? I think you know how to speak to us after that.
But suppose our allies, our friends, were ready to show an appropriate sympathy and compassion towards our common enemy. I imagine my superiors would be humming a different tune.
Tallulah probably a bit hopeful for 9. It's like, yeah, my management was bad. We need a new management if we wanna rebuild this company. Oh, 9, you have potential. This is fine. I'll just be the figurehead. I'll work off my community service hours.
Move, infected.
They don't sound like they came from Kasdal.
Devils are freakishly good at disguises. There's no way we're letting a devil merc slide past us. Get moving, you damn devils!
Ugh. The squad escorting the Sarkaz slowly trudged through the long streets, though both captors and captives look exhausted and numb. 9 watches as they leave, and spots a few teenagers stumbling at the end of the downcast parade of prisoners. Bastards.
Here's the place, sir. The blaze lasted for 3 days and left basically nothing behind. Did the fire spread anywhere other than the patrol unit's outpost? No, but many miners seized the chance to escape. Everyone was so scared, didn't know when the patrol unit would arrive. But seems like you got here first. You said you're a reporter, but who's to say for sure? Let's not get into that. So the management here has always been hard on everyone. How did the miners carry out the arson? The miners? No, the village had an old noble from the city. Good heart, that man, but a bit too kind-hearted if you ask me. Couldn't stand what was happening in the mines, always talking about rescuing the miners. We thought it was all talk, but in the end, he really went and did it. Oh, then where's he now? Must have died in the blaze with the patrol unit. Ha, a noble who bravely sacrificed his life to help the suffering infected miners. That would make a pretty good headline.
This reporter is so fearless right now. The reporter gazes at the scorched land. Nearby buildings have been reduced to rubble, and in place of the once lush forest stands unsightly tree stumps. Suddenly, a scorch mark draws his attention. It looks unusual, almost aesthetically pleasing.
Do you know who left this mark here? That's just from the fire. I'm not buying that. It looks like a symbol to me. So, who left it here? No clue. It was just here after the fire. So you're saying it was a deliberate act, an attempt to sound out a signal. Salvation. Am I? Haha. Didn't you just explain the real history behind it for me? No need to rush. Get in line. Everyone will get some. How much longer do we have to stay here, Miss Chen? When will the next squad leave? And when will the next squad leave the city? Don't worry, you're safe here. I reached out through many different channels to get everyone out of here. I heard the Sarkaz hunting soldiers have found this place. If they find out you're sheltering us... Sheltering? Why speak as if you're fugitives on the run? You're citizens of Lindinium, victims of this war. We were already unwelcome long before the Sarkaz troops entered the city. Believe me, it's more than just soldiers on that team.
Yeah, during Yu's event, Chen came back to Wei Yanwu, saying she traveled around Terra. Different from reunion? As in the group, or reunion is like reuniting?
Being a sarcast is already a crime. The worst one you can commit. Doesn't matter if you took part in the war or not.
I know.
Anyways, thanks for taking us in. I ironed it out with the others. We'll wait 3 days for a chance to leave the city. If we don't get one, we'll go by ourselves.
It's not the best time to leave. The soldiers have been even more active recently.
All the more reason to get out as soon as we can. Every day we put it off will only worsen the situation.
If you insist, we'll help you out.
Appreciate the generosity. I suggest you guys do the same. Who do you think they'll target next once the city's out of Sarkaz? Most of you are infected. You should know how the nobles treat you guys.
Today's paper, sir.
I can't be bothered to read it. Alyosha, anything noteworthy?
Dang, so lazy. Can't even read the paper. New text policies, some literary works, a few scandals, and revolts all over the country.
Let me see. Finally, some real reporting. I thought those deity Grifferberg reporters only knew how to run tabloids. Infected have been striking at factories and outposts across the country. Some regions are experiencing a surge of uprisings, as infected have brazenly attacked outposts and government agencies, causing serious losses. It is said that they are inspired by an infected organization known as Reunion. Oh look, they even left some symbols.
Do you wish to end your convalescence now?
Of course not. Do you even realize how hard it is for me to get a vacation?
But your colleagues from the propaganda department have visited you many times already.
Oh, my dear Alyoshenka, our dear nation has been suffering from a chronic disease for quite some time, and there are many who wish to heal her. But to do so, these rotten old wounds must first see the light of day. I've had enough of my colleagues patching them up over and over.
How should I reply then?
Tell them any discussion must wait until my vacation is over.
Wow. How long is your vacation, sir?
Do they ransack the streets again for another batch of prisoners? Here's your soup, Tallulah.
Soup. Thanks.
Too bland. Well, I had to ransack our stash to get the last of the salt.
It's fine. Good even. Heh, ransack? That's a good word. Only a week ago, they wouldn't have come here, let alone taken any children among the prisoners. But we just saw both happen. They've been dead set on wiping out any trace of Sarkaz for the past 2 weeks. At first, it was just Sarkaz soldiers who couldn't evacuate in time. Next, it was any Sarkaz civilian who had any dealings with the army. Now, even Londinium-born Sarkaz aren't being spared. I thought you'd make a move, Huichie. That would only complicate things. We're in Victoria, so I have to act more cautiously. That'll only cost us more time. A few days ago, I saw a group of kids harassing a poor woman. All she did was to marry a Sarkaz and raise their children together. Aww. This is how they treat the infected before the war. And now it's the Sarkaz's turn. Eventually, every Londinium citizen will face this. Time is what these mistreated people lack most. Nine paused as they glanced at Tallulah right beside her. However, she seems unusually calm, even if the sudden temperature increase earlier was just a hallucination. I thought you'd make a move on the Victorians earlier. It was only a warning. It'd only bring us more trouble if we pester them any further. Huichi has a point. We should keep a low profile until we're forced to show ourselves. Attacking Ducal Alliance troops in the factory streets certainly won't do anything to improve the lives of the workers here. So you weren't angry. What you're experiencing, I have too long ago. But at least Sarkaz blood isn't contagious like oropathy. I've long since learned to control my rage. At the very least, I won't waste it on clueless underlings like the soldiers from before. This war has turned the oppressed into oppressors. It's not their fault. Then who should the innocent Sarkaz vent their anger on? Remember that Sarkaz merchant with the motorbike who helped us get supplies?
The infected killed him out of fear. Now that fear is spreading unchecked as the Sarkas are gradually retreating. Infected soldiers, nobles, even civilians who've never seen war. Everyone thinks they're in the right. So you're correct, Tallulah. Sarkas' blood isn't contagious like erypathy, but hatred and fear are. You decided then to save the Sarkas? I see no need to hesitate. They're no different from us. I'm just not sure how to minimize the fallout, so I need your help. Keep the people in the camp safe, as well as the workers. If you need my flames to burn for them, I won't hesitate. Red, let the workers know our plan. Those willing to join us can stay. Anyone too afraid to escape, bring them to the Exemplar's camp. Got it. Chen. You can try to stop us, or you can leave and pretend nothing happened. Saving those Sarkas means you'll have to change everything you've planned. And if you go with them, none of the Dukes will let you stay long in their domain, 9. They won't let us stay long anyway, even without those people. We're infected, Chen. Maybe your time at Rhodes Island has made you forget how we're actually treated. Then where will you go next? So you agree with their plan? Even prisoners shouldn't be executed so hastily. They don't even have an official order. Huichie, the issue isn't where 9 and the others want to go, but where they're needed. We'll find a place that truly needs us, Chen. Not just the infected, anyone enslaved or deprived of their rights to a fair chance at survival.
9, I need you at my base.
A place of no discrimination or oppression. You know as well as the rest of us that that'll be difficult, if not impossible. That'll be difficult, if not impossible, 9. Of course, but this is a path. A man we all knew left us before he died. Guard. Someone has to see it through, Huichie. This new reunion makes their own medicine and tries to help anyone in need, without asking for anything tangible in return. Change is happening, but it's too fragile. They need something to believe in, an objective. That is the only way they can push forward. I don't completely agree with 9's way of doing things, but I see no reason to refuse to cooperate either. She's always admired the fairness you seek, Huichie. So why not take a look at what she seeks?
It's like, I guess we can take a look then. And yeah, Reunion is definitely becoming more like Rhodes Island. Accepting any infected into their ranks, and heck, making their own medicine. Anonymous radio. On the tundra ignored by the Emperor's edict, rebel activity has intensified, with thousands of infected banding together to break their shackles and regain their freedom. We've achieved what used to be unthinkable. Ever since that first fire ignited by the anonymous noble, many of us have been communicating in hushed tones. Is there someone leading us? To be honest, I'm not too sure myself. What I do know is that our call to rise up has not been silenced, and is even now trying to escape from the tundra, and its army of trees blocking the way. Our proof is that unique symbol everyone's curious about, the symbol scorched by flame. The hoarse voice on the radio smashes the countryside's piece apart. People open their doors or climb onto their windowsills, listening quietly. The broadcast excites them, their palms feeling hot even though they live in a place with temperature far below 0. Then they light up torches in the center of the village. The light illuminates their eyes and welcomes the bodies underneath their thin layer of clothing. Soon, nearby villages spot the firelight and start bonfires one after the other. On the dark tundra, countless fires light up the night sky. We gather in this inhospitable tundra, following their footsteps to take root here. Everyone has heard of the group that disappeared into Chernobog to fight for the infected. Reunion. Have they heard our call? Have they finally returned? Yes, it's a reunion.
Already, you dregs, turn around! Sir, please, spare my life, please! I was born here! I'm different from the rest, sir, please! I said shut it! Sir, please! Kid, he doesn't give a damn who you are. He just wants to kill every Sark as he sees. Shut up.
The boy suddenly smells a strange scent. It makes him recall his mother's perfume as she hugged him. Countless flowers bloom on the bloodstained floors, and the scent grows stronger. Flowers? The executioner suddenly coughs violently until he throws up a cluster of bloody flower buds. Ugh. Just ugh. Well, Nine did work at the LGD before, so... Like, she has experience leading people. Wasn't she higher up?
Ugh. You. Get them out of here. Our people will know what to do. You lot, don't... 9. Stop your GD marts. You already see the sarcasm. Killing them is a step too far.
Couldn't you just kept silent as usual, Chen?
Stop making more enemies everywhere you go, unless you want the Dukes chasing after reunion once you leave the city.
Tallulah can make sure that it looks like an accidental blaze.
No.
They'll only put the blame on the sarcasm, calling it an act of revenge.
And then what? Who the Dukes turn their gaze to? More innocent sarcasm.
Hello, hello?
Or say, an infected group wandering around the Victoria with who knows how many sarcasm in tow. Letting them go will only make things worse. Tell me, Chen, when we finally come face to face with the Duke Alliance with no chance of escape, how will you keep the infected and innocent sarcasm there safe? Ugh. Enough. There's still other ways.
The tip of Chen's sword touches Nine's throat.
I've imagined this happening countless times. In fact, I'm shocked it didn't happen sooner. I went to school with many of their superior officers. I can talk to them. As what? As a former senior inspector of the LGD? As Operator Chen of Rhodes Island? Or what? An old classmate, reminiscing about the good old days? I can guarantee that these sarcasms will be safe at least. Of course, I trust that you'll keep your promise. But you're missing my point, Chen. There are limits to one person's power, even if you can't help the people you see. I mean, even you can't help the people you can't see. I know your capabilities all too well, and that's exactly why I'm even more sure that your momentary kindness won't change a thing. It can't. What I need is people willing to follow us, to see with their own eyes what we have to do. Spare me the sophistry, 9. I'm only looking at the facts. Sophistry, huh? Maybe we're all seeking fairness, but our interpretations of it are different. This is why I've long since given up hope of you coming to understand me and the future I'm looking forward to. You can most certainly try to arrest me, Officer Chen.
Chi Xiao stays in place, and Nine's gaze remains on Chen. A flaming sword shakes Chi Xiao away.
This isn't the place to wax nostalgic about your old days in the Force.
Tallulah stabs her longsword into the ground, separating the all tensed up two.
I didn't call for your help, Tallulah. Don't act like you know everything better. 9. There's nothing wrong with Huichia's idea. The Dukes would be overjoyed at someone volunteering to remove every last sarcasm from Londinium, and they might not make any moves on us. But more importantly, there's still eyes on the both of you. They only care about one thing. Where should they go now?
The rescued sarcasm and the reunion members following 9 are both terrified. They have no idea what to do next. They're like, Mom and Dad are fighting again.
Many of them can't understand what exactly what it is you want, 9. They just want to live. They need time. It might take a while to show them the future you see. Of course, I know that. I have the patience to wait for my sophistry to bloom into a concrete plan of action.
You don't see 9 being motivated by something like justice, unlike the sisters at Chen and Tallulah? Nine does what she thinks is right. 9 just follows her own path. Which is why she's butting heads with everyone. They all have their own different wants and needs.
And will you achieve that with even more sacrifices? How do you decide who? Enough.
Who exactly is 9, by the way? Current leader of Reunion. Also, Chan's old co-worker.
I'm not here to determine which of you is right or wrong. It's not my place to. But for now, just take them away from here. Take everyone who's willing to leave the city with us. Huichie might manage to prevent the Victorians from harassing us in the short term, but we'll still have to prepare for the worst. Are you giving me an order, Tallulah? No, I'm offering my opinion. But where can you go? Your identities are too conspicuous. Is this where you say we should go to Rose Island? Yes, I have to see the both of you judged. But not right now. Many infected are still relying on you, and I can't just leave them in the dust. Huh? Classic Officer Chen. Want my opinion?
Whenever Tallulah proactively offers her thoughts to 9, it often leaves the Phidia with even more doubts towards her. But Tallulah has never fallen behind. She always walks silently in the center of their group, so inconspicuous that people forget she exists. No, not family relations. But still from the same place. Reunion's leader, Cashier's adopted daughter, and the manipulative mastermind behind the Chernobog disaster. Tallulah, regarded as a hero by infected, who do not know the truth. Her sword begins to burn, and its flames spread across the floor. They jump and fall, lighting a symbol. The firelight reflects in the trio's eyes, but their faces still bear some gloom. The mark once represented a dark past. Within it hides all sorts of crimes and injustices, certain to sting if revealed for all to see.
Ursus. We can go back to Ursus. That's a terrible idea. What, thinking about your unfinished business over there? No. I want to right my wrongs. I received news from Ursus. The infected are breaking their shackles and congregating onto the tundra again. They claim to be answering the call of reunion, and decide to stand up and fight for the rights and freedoms of the infected, and other oppressed deserve. They were inspired by a lie, but their determination to fight back is certainly real. So they gave you the courage to recall the good old days? It's not only infected over there. They're students, exiled officers and soldiers, guilt-ridden nobles. It's exactly the strength you need. Strength that ignores the differences in race or identity, and crushes the fear of disease, united by a common goal. Besides, it'll take time to leave with this many people, and I think that should be long enough for you to explain Guard's precious dream to those still willing to follow you. You don't want to restore Reunion's reputation? No. I never expected it to hold such a large influence even today. Even if the Ursus Empire has long since covered up what happened at Chernobog. The voices craving resistance are like water. They might be burnt and dried up, but they'll eventually return to the land as rain. Returning to Ursus is easier said than done. There are too many factors involved, and more things for me to confirm. That's your problem, not ours. Tallulah, even if Reunion can turn a new leaf, representing once again freedom and happiness, what about you, Tallulah? Your sins can't be washed away. Your existence is Reunion's darkest history. How can you face the pure white tundra as you are? I know that I stand here today no longer as a leader, but as a symbol, a flag, or even a weapon to be wielded. But I'll take it. I'll accept the shackles you place on me. I've had many different identities. Draco, noble, leader, infected. None of these matter anymore. Today, I remain only someone who's once scattered the seeds of sin. The wrongs I committed in Ursus, I will repay in Ursus.
Yes, community service time.
Repay? You make it sound so simple. I will not act as just a flag this time. Then how? I'll throw myself into the true blaze and let it all burn, until even the tundra's chill melts away. I'll go back to Ursus to truly face my own trial. And you can be there to witness it, 9. Witness the end of reunion and the birth of something new from its corpse. That's what you truly want, is it not? You really don't mind? The reunion of my heart died long ago in the tundra, along with my companions. I'll go with you. Scared to harm more innocents? Both you and 9. After following Union for a while, I can confirm that the group has changed somewhat.
Yep, exactly. You're hereby sentenced to a year of community service to reform.
For good or bad, I can't say. I don't want to miss your trial, but I also don't want to jump to any hasty conclusions about whether the path 9 insists on is correct. From now on, I'll keep an eye on you as Rhodes Island Operator Chen. I need to keep Rhodes Island informed no matter what happens in Ursus. Tallulah, 9, I'm responsible for you both.
And then there's a babysitter. aka overseer.
Whatever. Now, should probably get going. Leave the soldiers to me. I'll catch up after I make sure they're okay. We didn't see me wait for you. Have you ever? I've always had to catch up on my own. Humph. Onward to Ursus then. Onwards to Ursus.
So we have 9 as a new leader, Tallulah doing community service, and Chen as their supervisor. The flames continue to spread slowly from the tip of the blade. Hot flames lick the bodies piled up in a corner, gently enveloping them. Amid the light crackling off the fire, Tallulah silently prays for the flames to bring them to a brighter and warmer place. Hopefully it'll be fine in Ursus in that case. And now we're passing. But actually, before passing, I'm just gonna grab a calorie mate from right outside my room because my tummy's already getting hungry. That's not good. So I'm just gonna grab a calorie mate. Let's see what flavors I have left. If not, I think I have some energy waffle thingies. Okay, I got my calorie mate. I wonder what flavor this one is. It's green, or at least the packaging on the outside had some green on it. Like, calorie mate. This stuff is pretty good. Yummy, yummy, calorie mate. Nom nom nom. Nope, haven't tried translating what either Ablana or Tallulah's thing means. I wouldn't know how to type those out. Is this a flavored calorie mate? I can't tell. Oh, Tallulah says go to Ursus. Makes sense. Yummy, yummy. Oh man, I should have grabbed a drink too. Maybe later. For now, I'll at least eat my calorie mate. Earlier today, I only ate a burger, which is pretty good. Minus the fact that I had work all day, too. So the burger is already digested. It's gone. Too late, the meats have been eaten. Or one meat has been eaten. It's like a... I guess it's like a ration stick kind of thing? Have you ever seen... I think it was called either Girls Last Tour or Girls Last Journey? Whatever that series was called. Brain not braining entirely. I think they're eating calorie mate in it. At least the food that was in it kind of looked like calorie mate, so... That's why I got into it. That series is very, very bittersweet. I'm like, ooh. The snacks they be eating, I want some. And then I bought a bunch. And I like it. I liked it ever since. I think this one has a hint of flavor. I could be imagining it, but it feels like there's flavor. Oh, I like Dungeon Meshi. I want that pumpkin. The pumpkin face things. Those are adorable to me. Oh yeah, it does say like Tara, Ursus, and Sarkaz. And yes, all the leaders leading the way. Which is pretty sweet. And then there's a mysterious vampire lady. Okay, this is very dry. I love this stuff, but it's kind of hard to eat sometimes. But it's worth it. Yum. Okay, fine. I'll grab a drink real quick. I'll throw away my wrapper, grab a drink, and then continue. Like, I feel like it was fruity. Honestly, I could just be, like, imagining things. It could be a placebo. But because I saw green from the wrapper, I'm thinking, maybe it's like lime or some sort of other fruit. And if it wasn't, if it was just plain, then oops. I'm just going insane. It's okay, though. I'll grab some juice. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got myself some... What is this one? Acai Blueberry Pomegranate Vita Zero. Like, delicious! Woohoo! Would I eat a library's egg? Yes. Like, delicious! Yummy, yummy. Like, if they laid eggs and they gave me one willingly, I'd be like, I'll try it. I imagine it being kind of like an ostrich egg. I've never had an ostrich egg before, but I'm interested. Oh no, blueberry, pomegranate. And it was funny too because out there, mom and dad are like, what are you gonna eat for dinner? I just shrugged and dad was like, are you just gonna eat air? I'm like, maybe. Delicious air. Yummy, yummy. No, I think if they gave me an egg willingly, wouldn't that be more like a period? If it's just something that happens every so often? Like chickens lay eggs daily even if they're not fertilized. And I've heard people call eggs chicken periods before. I'm like, yes, delicious chicken period, yummy. Ah yes, eating some oxygen with carbon dioxide on the side. And yeah, some flavored air by smelling this juice. Yummy. But now that I have a drink, time for passing. Woohoo! With this guy. I can't wait for him to be unlockable. Because I know he's going to be playable later on. Yummy, yummy. Stay close to me, Ollie. Oh no! Insecticide flavored air. Ugh. You gotta sit close if you don't want me carrying you. Grab onto my clothes, okay? Mommy can't hold your hand right now. My palms are slippery with sweat, so grab on tight to my clothes. Nods. Colin, where are you? Is there a way out? Wait, is he available right now? I only paid attention to the vampire lady. I'm so bad. Oops. Oh, sorry to him. I say something like, oh, he looks so cool. I can't wait to get him eventually. And then I'm just like, hi, vampire lady. I only know you. My eyes are only for her. Oh, no. And speaking of oh, no. Oh, no. This isn't going to work. We should head back home and hide. Ollie's too little for this. Colin?
Over here. I found a way. The exemplars are drawing the devils away. If we can avoid the explosions.
Avoid the explosions? Do you remember how Schwal from the grocery tripped and fell in a patch of red glow? It was only a palm-sized wound, but it bled him dry. Did you forget? It's like the blood was sucked right out of him. Can you really call that just an explosion?
It's because his wound never healed. We'll be fine as long as we're careful not to get cut or scraped. The one thing we can't do is turn back.
The explosion just now sounded too close. I'd rather head back than die halfway without knowing what's happening. Your grandmother's still in the city.
Going back now would only mean more danger. We can't say for sure that all the Sarkas have left the lockdown zone. You came from outside? Are you with the exemplars? Are you here to help us? Please! Sorry, I'm not with the exemplars. And I'm not here to rescue people. I only came to Londinium to look for someone.
Who could be so important that you'd wear out your shoes running around Londinium at a time like this looking for them? But if you're not with the exemplars, then you're just another poor sod like us. Let's go back, Colin.
Huh.
The man sighs and looks around cautiously. The optician has returned to Londinium for the first time in many years, but the view he sees now is as if he's looking at the city through a lens in the heat of his workshop, blurred and distorted. By the time the image clears up, the only thing he can see is chaos. Trying to find an elusive presence in this bedlam will be no easy task, let alone someone whose appearance he does not even know.
Could you show us the way out, good sir? I'll give you everything I have. If you manage to enter the lockdown zone without a scratch, then you must know a safe route, please.
The gaunt man empties his pockets, takes out a few pieces of bread from a bag, and tries to stuff them into Noel's hands. The woman also takes out what few coins she has on her. Noel does not take them. He shakes his head, knowing that it is a thin line that separates these three people from the exsanguinated corpse by the roadside. And he stands behind that tiny divide, always a spectator. He has tried to reach out before, but his hands cannot save everyone.
I'm sorry. Sir!
Let's go, Colin. It's no use.
There's no other way. I'm not with exemplars, but I know where their camp is. I can take you there. Thank you! Thank you so much! But that's all I can do. It's plenty. We'll go with you.
What about your grandmother, Colin?
We'll come back for her once it's all over. The devils may be cruel, but even they wouldn't hurt the helpless old folks in the sanatorium.
Also, even if they went for Grandma, who's carrying Granny, huh? Lady, are you gonna carry Granny? I don't know if Colin can carry Granny. Like, sheesh.
Right? I'll lead you out. After that, you're on your own. That's plenty, good sir. I couldn't possibly ask for more. For any more. Thank you so much. No need to thank me. Grab your child and follow me. This way. This path will take you straight to the city walls. The exemplars have set up a camp around a breach in the wall. You could also seek refuge with the Ducal Alliance's army outside.
What about you, sir? I gather you aren't coming with us. You saved our lives. I don't know how you did it, but if there's anything we can do for you...
No need. My wounds have healed.
Even with your unique talents, the cannons won't show you any more mercy than they do us. You should come with us. You're Victorian too.
No, I've come this far. I have to find the one I'm looking for. I have no reason to stop.
You mentioned you were looking for someone. Who? This is not the time. It's not the first time she's asked, but it's the first time she hears something other than calmness in his voice. The numerous wounds that man took, which should have killed him many times over, have all healed, any bleeding quickly stopped, and even Sarka's art circles could not affect him. Only the pain persists. Even so, he clenches his fist.
I'm looking for the one who gave me this talent.
Talent. That's what he calls it. What do we do, sir?
This way, I'll shield you. Leave before the next barrage begins. Out of the way! Today I'm finally getting out of this hellhole. Out of the way!
Stay back, sir. Children and the elderly have priority. Hey, Clovicia.
The hell they do?
The Self-Salvation Corps' evacuation route is the safest way. If you insist on leaving on your own, be my guest.
Who are you?
Me? I'm the leader of the Londinium Self-Salvation Corps. You can call me Clovicia. I heard someone had been helping evacuate the citizens in this district. We appreciate your assistance. Yep. She's just chill. The Self-Salvation Corps will take it from here.
I can still help.
It's dangerous. We can't ask you to risk your life for others. We cannot promise a reward either.
No, you don't understand.
I'm afraid we don't have time to discuss this.
Long story short, let me say I've got a sort of curse on me. There's no need to worry about my safety. I'll cover you to help more people evacuate. Besides, I'm still looking for someone here.
So helpful.
That's the last of them. Where's that Self-Salvation Corps leader, Clovicia?
Noah looks around and grabs a man who looks like a worker passing by.
Excuse me. Ouch! Sorry, I didn't notice that your other arm was injured. I can treat your wound if you like. Never mind, what do you want? Have you seen Clovicia, the leader of the Self-Salvation Corps? She was leading groups of citizens being evacuated. We agreed to meet back here before splitting up, but I haven't seen her. The citizens have been led to safety. As for her, she's probably still organizing the final evacuation efforts. I can't be sure though. We're all busy after all. So she was here earlier. Seems like your routes are quicker and safer than mine. We know the Londinium Underground better, but nothing's completely safe. Clovicia is needed at the front line, guiding citizens away from the remaining Sarkaz mercs. You might find her in the lockdown zone, if you're not afraid of the devil's traps. You seem to have rescued quite a few people yourself. You might be able to help out. Thank you.
Sir, good sir. Have you seen my Ollie? My son with the red hair. Quiet boy, only about as tall as my knee. Have you seen him? How did you lose your son? Lady!
What?
My son, he's gone. I lost him.
Ollie! Bloody hell, where'd he go?
He kept asking about your grandmother, Colin. Maybe he was worried. I guess they're heading to Granny's place.
Have you searched the area? Yes. The folks who came with us helped out too. The only place left is a lockdown zone, but... that doesn't bother me. I'll go. But Clovicia is... Just tell I've already brought those people out safely.
I'll go with you.
No, you stay here. No, I mean Clovicia's back. With a red-haired child in her arms.
Oh, well, she got the kid. What? Where are they? Everyone looks in the direction the man is pointing. That was when everything went wrong.
No. Everybody, get back!
It's Ollie. She's Ollie.
Don't go!
Noel has only the time to grab the hysterical woman. A flash of red as far as the eye can see. And then the ground opens up like a gaping maw, swallowing the leader of the Self-Salvation Corps. All eyes are trained on the epicenter of the tremor. The one within it holds a child tightly in her arms until the very end. The dust cloud disperses and all is quiet again for now. Parties like this have become a familiar sight to the people here. The outcome never changes, regardless of the victim. That was all just an illusion? Maybe? Or at least, the leader and the kid. Or they're fine even after that.
Wait, keep your distance.
Noel knows all too well that there can sometimes be secondary explosions or aftershocks. Ollie! Ollie!
Get a search party together. Anyone can still move.
Sir, you're still here. Please help Ollie. You're not afraid of the devil's traps. Your wounds heal quickly, and you're so brave. Could you at least bring him back? Oh my goodness, ma'am. Ma'am. He's still so little. In Noel's long life, there's been precious few things he's able to control. He has an ocean of memories, but it's not up to him which ones float to the surface. Unlike an ordinary mortal, he can be distracted by flashbacks of the past that seem to overlap with the present as he gathers the weight of all those years. Flashback. Exactly, for her, Clovicia. You watch her actions, but you do not truly know her intentions.
This'll do.
Are you sure this is where we stop? Are you sure you won't stay? He's still so little. My youngest child, he doesn't even know the word grandpa yet.
Too long. It's been too long, my child. I should have gone with your mother, but I waited so long enough for you to grow older than your father. I've accomplished nothing, spent my life in hesitation and lingered in this world for far too long. So long, in fact, that I've become a stranger to the children. If there's one way to end my fate as a bystander, now's the time.
Noah looks towards the scene of the explosion and collapse. In the hole formed from the brick and rubble, he seems to see visions of a dark mire from a century past. It was a morning like this. He had heard the same pleading, which he had stubbornly chosen to ignore, instead setting upon the path in search of the death that could never come. This time, he will not make the same choice again.
Clovicia shielded the child's head before she fell.
Sir,
There's at least a chance that Ollie survived, but no more than a chance. But that's enough. I will go and find them.
I know, right? Growing older than your father is an impressive achievement. Guided by the self-salvation course, Noel attempts to enter the underground ruins, helped by his years of experience and sheer immortality. I think experience would give like 5%, and then immortality 95%. He can just wing it.
About 300 meters to the west.
His steps are light and brisk, never stopping, until the sight before his eyes changes. A red-headed child lies quietly beside a pile of collapsed rubble, near the remnants of an activated art circle. He hurries forward and takes the child into his arms. The boy's chest rises and falls rhythmically with his breathing. He could have been asleep in bed if not for the ash and gravel in his hair.
Phew. Just passed out, no serious injuries. He was left here by himself, but he didn't fall here directly. Looks like I made it in time. Clovicia could be nearby. She put Ollie here. Clovicia, are you here? If you hear me, knock on something hard. Clovicia? Can you...
He takes a few steps and comes face to face with the truth. The young self-salvation course leader is half buried in the rubble, not stirring in the slightest. Her eyelids are shut gently, naturally, as though she's only sleeping. Will she sleep here forever, underground? A moment of pain in a fall that lasted seconds at most, leaving behind only peace. Noel could not help but think. If I could die, would I die with the same expression on my face?
Clovicia! Arg!
The aftershock sends gravel flying, like a foul beast shaking off water after a rain. It is quick, scattered, and unpredictable. Noel didn't even have time to check Clovicia for signs of life.
No.
As the place threatens to shake itself apart, he bends over and protects the child from falling rocks with his own body. The sharper pieces easily pierce his clothes and skin, digging deep into flesh and bone. He remains unmoving, clenching his teeth, waiting for the tremors to cease. Sob! He's awakened by the pain trance. From his pain trance by the sound of crying. The boy had awoken to find himself in a dark, unfamiliar underground space. Following his instincts, he began to cry helplessly. What instincts?
Good morning, Ollie. It'll be okay. Everything will be okay. I'm here. It's Noel. We've met before, remember?
The aftershock cease, carrying Ollie with one hand and supporting himself with the other. He forces himself to sit up, pushing the weight off his back. Fortunately, it is broken fragments of rock rather than a single heavy slab, but he can still taste blood in his mouth as he moves. In his arms, the child shakes his head helplessly in the darkness, hardly able to see anything.
Clovicia, she saved your life. I'll get you out safely. Then I'll come back to bring her back. This is no resting place for her.
Noel sits down, puts the trembling boy on the ground, and reaches behind to pull the fragments out of his own back. The boy grabs Noel's clothes.
Don't worry, I'm not leaving behind.
Shakes head.
It's okay. It won't kill me. Nothing can.
A smile, understood by only him, appears on his lips. Meanwhile, his fingers locate the final fragments lodged between his scapula. He grits his teeth and pulls it out.
Arg! Did I spook you, Ollie? Sorry. Don't worry, come with me. I'll get you out, whatever it takes.
Enduring pain has become a habit. Noah lifts the child again and searches his memory for a path that'll take him to safety.
I came from this way. Hang in there, Ollie. We'll get you out soon. Your parents are waiting.
Shakes head.
What is it?
Struggles.
Ugh. You want to get down? It's quicker and safer if I carry you. Don't you want to see your mom sooner?
Jumps down. Freaking kid.
Alright, stay close to me. And don't let go.
The child nods and grabs a corner of Noel's clothes. He even wraps it around his palm tightly without being told, indicating that he understands Noel. You better, kid.
Alright, let's...
You've walked a long path. Poor soul. Suddenly, he hears an ethereal voice echoing in every direction. A mist spreads in the darkness, surrounding him. Why have you come? Noel can recognize that voice anywhere. He cannot move. A sudden cold fury buffets his reason, nailing him to the spot. What do you want?
Stop.
He does not know why that voice chose this moment to appear. Instinctive mistrust overcomes all judgment.
Stop your parlor tricks.
I thought you wanted to meet me.
What are you talking about? Who are you? Where are you?
I am here. You came for me, and I came for you. All you need to do is open your eyes. Noel has never seen the owner of the voice, nor gathered any clues about their appearance. Over the long years, all he could do was to piece together rumor after rumor, letting questions simmer into hatred. Noel's getting catfished by a disembodied voice for reals. If the voice is real and not his imagination, then it must...
Is that so? Then I'm sure you can tell me.
Ah yes, open your eyes for the next Phi's.
Are you the wish-granting fairy? Or the powerful nation's sentinel?
The unicorn, hidden in the shadows of history, is both benefactor and villain. I am all that, and none of that. I am merely here now to promise reparation for you, poor soul.
You don't even know my name. What I went through must have been insignificant, hardly a footnote to a legend like you, compared to the affairs you've meddled with.
That is untrue. You harbored a possibility that I placed hope in. How would one little weed of unknown breed grow if it never wilts? How will it affect the lands around it? That was my thought when I bestowed immortality upon you. What should have been a blessing.
Blessing. Your arrogant blessing has brought me nothing but eternity of pain.
That was not my intention.
But that's what it became. Death by 1,000 cuts, except you wouldn't even let me die. It's nothing but a curse.
I understand your anger. Tell me, what will make you feel better?
Ha. What will you bestow? What will you bestow another blessing upon me?
Noel can feel the child grab his clothes even tighter.
Can you hear me, Ollie?
Nods.
This voice is a liar. Don't listen to it. Don't think about it.
It's trying to scam you. Don't listen to scam calls, little Ollie.
I'll take you out of here. Wherever you are, you can ask those legendary heroes who dance with you. Me, I'm leaving.
Few are those who hold the helm in the tides of history.
Are you complaining to me?
If you consider my blessing a curse, I might offer you reparations. Make a wish. What is it that you want? A name, thinks Noel, just a name. This bastard, this villain who stands ever on high because of her powers, has long forgotten the weed's name. You have a chance. You've already gained much more than the common man. She must be filled with pity as she gazes upon me. You poor insignificant creature, I will help you. I'll help you always. Let us wipe away the tragic past with a beautiful future.
Ha ha.
Have you made up your mind?
Let's go, Ollie. We've wasted enough time here.
He's like, I'm not falling for more scam calls. I opened up the spam email centuries ago. I clicked on it and this is what happened. I ain't doing that again. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Grabs Noel's clothes tightly.
Yes, child. I'm here. Don't be afraid of the voice. It's just a bad guy, no different from the ones ravaging the city above. I'll come back to catch it later, but first, I need to get you out.
Yeah, I'll grant you any wish you desire, but first I need your credit card information.
Phew.
It's Ollie. Mr. Noel found him.
Over here, a hand. Careful, child. I'll lift you up. Take it easy.
No worries, sir. I'm up here. I'll grab him.
You're here, Mr. Noel. Are you hurt? Do you need a hand? No need.
Noel clambers up friskily, but stops at the edge of the tunnel entrance rather than walking towards a crowd gathered not too far away. He looks up again at the sun shrouded by thick clouds. It is one of countless sunrises he has seen, but this one is a little different because of those who have lived to see it. Ollie, my baby! Oh, the fur you gave me. Next time, I'll be holding on to you and never letting go. I won't let this happen again. Where did this blood come from? Are you hurt? Shakes head. Strange, I don't see any wounds. Looks at Noel.
Ollie, where's the lady who found you first? Is she still?
Shakes head.
She wasn't down there?
Shakes head.
Oh, you're always like this. Well, it's all good. I'm so glad you came back safely. Thank you so much, Mr. Noel.
The man waves at Noel with something other than anxiety or panic on his face. It is a smile of gratitude, with a sincerity that makes Noel awkward. All he can do is nod and smile back.
You're welcome.
But the man keeps walking until he is right up in front of him, and reaches out a hand, as though words alone cannot express his gratitude, and so Noel keeps a smile on his face and shakes the extended hand, almost unconsciously. Only then does he finally realize that the pain is spreading from his back to his chest to the rest of his body. He has difficulty breathing and bends down, grabbing his own collar. The wounds he received in the rubble have still not started to heal. Did he lose his immortality after getting wounded? Oh, that would be so mean. It's like, if you're gonna get rid of my immortality, can't it be like after it heals me one last time? No? Okay, fine, whatever.
Sir, are you okay? My goodness, you're back. I didn't realize you were so badly injured. We have to find a doctor. Oh, how silly of me. You're a doctor yourself. I'm injured? The wound on your back, it's still bleeding. It's so big, and there are more than one. Are they not healing yet? No, that's normal for us, but I suppose it must be strange to you.
You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
What happened down there? How did you get hurt? The leader of the Self-Salvation Corps is down there too, isn't she? She protected Ollie. I had to do something for her. At least bring her body back. Clovicia. Her name was Clovicia? That doesn't ring a bell now that you mention it. I didn't even get a good look at her before it all happened. I heard she was a great woman.
I'm the leader of the Londinium Self-Salvation Corps, so you can call me Clovicia. I am all that and none of that. We cannot promise reward either. I'm merely here now to promise reparation to you, poor soul. I'm afraid we don't have time to discuss this. Tell me, what will make you feel better?
A great woman? Ha. I don't know.
Clovicia. He had passed right by the one he spent his entire life looking for without even realizing it. But it's no longer important. With great effort, Noah looks up, fighting against the pain and difficulty of breathing. Yeah, at that point he can't think of anything else. He has freaking huge gashes on his back. Ow. Just ow. Like, sheesh. Oh, Clovicia. Clovicia, Clovicia. In his blurry vision, he sees a child clutching his mother's hand tightly. The boy is the very picture of health, his hair and skin a warm color, with a smile on his face, just like... Yeah, she probably doesn't care like what kind of wish is made. If she offers you a wish, if it's a bad wish, she'll do it. If it's a good wish, she'll do it. You're just like, okay, this is what you want? Sure. Ta-da!
I'll take you to the self-salvation course. Or the exemplars. They must have medics. No. What? Why?
Just like the sun.
Mr. Noel, are you okay? Hang in there.
Noah falls to his knees, no longer able to support his own weight. It is as though the fatigue of 100 years of wandering has come up to him in an instant. Before his hands and feet grow cold from blood loss, he curls his body down, ignoring the searing pain as the wounds in his back stretch until his head touches the ground. It is a posture of worship and reverence, but he's not praying to anyone. He lifts his head after a little while.
Now, the leader of the self-salvation course was not in the ruins.
The pain lingers, as does the urge to cry his heart out, but all is silent, and only the beating of his heart resonates in his chest. The thing that would make him happy, the thing that can kill him, it is already here.
What was that? Clovicia wasn't there. What about your injuries? Right now, rather than spending my time on futile efforts, I should spend it on saving more people.
That is so mean! Losing his immortality after getting a bunch of wounds, just ow. Sheesh. Now for canoes off the riverside. Hello, pretty lady. You know you want to come to my Rhodes Island later on? The soil of this foreign land is soaked with the blood of the Sarkas. Churned, jumbled, I can sense a chaotic mess of emotions tangled together. Hesitation, wrath, cowardice, homesickness. Was this what you wished for, your highness? Sleep, my kin. As long as blood continues to flow, relief from pain will soon follow. Have I arrived too late? Perhaps. If the war can truly come to an end, if this end can truly determine who wins and who loses, when have the Sarkas ever won, I ask? I've never been fond of watching the clock, mind you. I prefer to keep time with the pulsing of my heart. It told me to come here, and so I came. Hey, Kelsey.
As far as I was aware, Rose Riverside was dissolved after your princess fled far away, and the canoes scattered. Quite a few former canoes have gone on to serve the military commission, reestablishing our long-lost contact right after the commission's decline suggests you want something from me. I can't guarantee you'll get it. Not even for old time's sake. You're the same as ever, Kelsey. It's hard to believe how much Amiya has grown. No doubt she's keeping an eye on me, yes? A necessary precaution. Logos warned us of your appearance. Since we withdrew from the falling airship, you're the first outsider to reach our safe house. Outsider? Are you like me, Dame Kelsey? Most difficult to persuade when you're in the throes of grief? This is not a Babel safe house. Intellectia. Hearing that codename come from your lips truly takes me back. I passed by the charnel house that is Londinium on my way here. I rescued a few fortunate souls and sent off a few unfortunate ones. It brings me no joy to see my countrymen spill their blood on foreign soil, Kelsey. I don't recall you being such a sentimental person. The vampire goes silent. Kelsey sees that she has no intention of answering. Why would you risk crossing the battlefields of Victoria to see me? Intellectia? If you require assistance, Teresa's would be a better option. No need for these probing questions, Kelsey. I'd rather not have anything to do with the Regent. Perhaps some of the sisters agree with him, but as you know...
Ever since Your Highness Teresa's untimely accident at Babel, there had been less and less contact between us. Our sororal bonds have weakened. But that is not why I came to find you, Kelsey. I intend to help Ascalon with a trifling matter, one that will allow her to enter the city a tad easier.
What do you want?
According to your latest intelligence, the military commission is strengthening its control within the city. The Nochzera troops and the Ducal armies are facing each other down at the city walls. The situation is ever-changing. Oh, I know. But such an adorable and studious youngster as her is well worth the effort to look after.
That is not what I mean. Given the circumstances, you should have been unable to find any trace of Ascalon. I am very familiar with her ways. She is wounded, gravely so. She's never used something like that as an excuse to lower her guard.
You really trust her? It's hard to say whether I should be happy or worried for her that you hold her in such high regard.
Who is helping you with this?
Trickster, one of our sharp-eyed sisters. As a technician, she was able to hunt down a few clues I was looking for in Londinium.
Her? I remember you all cherished her and would never have approved of putting her in the middle of this battle. And according to the vows made by all of you canoes, none of you should even be here.
As I suspected, you know her plight. Her intelligence was right. You have a trail leading to the princess. As I'm sure you're well aware, Dame, I'm the only one who will not and cannot leave this river of blood. Do you still doubt me, even after all I said? Ascalon's the only elite operator you don't have? Aw, man. I don't have her either. At least I don't think I got her.
Rhodes Island thanks you for your assistance. We will repay the canoes in kind, just as Teresa did during the Babel years. I will tell you all I know in regard to that princess.
Thank you, Kelsey. On another note, while I was in the bowels of the city, I caught a whiff of Ducariel's stench. While I would love to help settle that matter for you while I'm there, I will need help from your people.
I'm afraid Rhodes Island does not have any more to spare inside the city. There's a local faction known as Milscar. Finding them should not be a challenge for you. They're close to the heart of the storm, but are determined to avoid entangling themselves with any of the involved parties. A stance you would find familiar, I'm sure.
You would trust someone like that?
We retain shared interests for the time being. If the military commission has other plans for Ducariel's arrangements, they will undoubtedly affect the Ducal Alliance's next moves. Or even disrupt the Exemplar's plans to enter the city.
Ah, so that's how she got involved with Milscar.
Neither Rhodes Island nor Milscar wishes to see such an outcome.
Huh? You really haven't changed one bit. Did this plan come from you? Or that commander of yours?
It is Rhodes Island's plan.
Rhodes Island, very well. Do send my regards to your commander, though I fear I'm simply another lost memory at this point. Dame, there's a question that's been eating away at me, one I was hoping you could answer. Aside from His Highness the Regent, I'm afraid only you hold this answer. After all, you're the only ones who made it from the airship.
Is the question you know the answer to really so important?
Of course it is. If one does not see it with one's own eyes, hear it with one's own ears, say it with one's own mouth, then saying goodbye becomes quite a challenge. Even though my heart sensed the echo of the myriad souls as it left with such clarity, I still ask myself over and over if she was among them. And so I must ask, has Her Highness left us once more? Yes. Southern region of Casdell. I've left you your life. And a knife. I'd say that's a very generous price for answering my question. Who hired you all to kill me? If you even know of our existence.
I'm dead either way, so do me a favor and be quick about it. Release him.
Oh, you have a fun design. I'm into that. Green, red, and black.
I mean, with a quick death like he asked for. Intellectia. As long as he spills enough blood, you can always just tear out the memories you want from him, right?
Well, since you mention it. The vampire raises her hand. The crimson shackles binding the mercenary disappear into nothingness. I find I'm rather against such suggestion. Go on then, mercenary. As you can see, I have far too many people trying to kill me at the moment. I shan't be remembering your face. No need to thank me.
Watching that cringeworthy performance of yours was painful.
Not many know the name Rose Riverside. I didn't have to do anything to him to guess who's haunting us. Her Highness has only just left us, and those who've hidden in the shadows for too long are only eager to act. You played your part well, though, otherwise it would have been such a bother finding an excuse to let him go.
Don't misunderstand me. Her Highness is dead, and I have no intention of following the Regent to throw my life away in Victoria. Which is why I found my own way forward, one that lets me live.
It almost sounds like you want to kill me too, Milton. So his name is Milton.
Even if I did, I couldn't touch you, or any of you for that matter. If not, I've taken back my sister a long time ago.
You best make yourself scarce then. The young mixed-blood sarcast does not do so, instead tightening his grip on his knife.
Ha!
You helped your sister deliver messages, which is why I remember you. My memories hold true, and whatever your role may be now, it has no bearing on them.
You and I both know what Her Highness's passing means for Casdell. I sense a storm approaching, and none of us can escape it.
I do not wish for your sister to mourn. Leave while you still can. The situation is rather murky at the moment, and the sisters have scattered. Even I'm having trouble tracking them down. The chaos in Casdell has forced me to bid many a farewell, and there are fewer and fewer informants I can speak to as the days go by. I do not intend on losing another sister because of you.
There's nowhere any of you can hide. Most of the people after you aren't doing it out of hatred, but for the information that you have. Even if the military commission says they won't hunt down anyone with ties to Babel, do you really think they let you waltz away with all those secrets spilling out of your pockets?
Hump. I like to see them try and stop me. You're on a fool's errand, Milton.
I'm just a worthless merc, but if I really do manage to bring your head in, at least I'll have a chance to protect my sister. I'm out of options, Intellectia.
With a burst of speed, the young sarcast swings his sword. But Intellectia's sight does not block his attack as he expected. Instead, the vampire's body slowly dissipates like a fog of blood, fading into the background. Shh. I want to see what his sister looks like. You could have been more honest from the start. If I promise you that none living shall approach the street, will you speak with candor? Yes, exactly what you're thinking. Your friends in ambush will not be coming.
You're not as calm as you're pretending to be either. You pretend your pursuers bother you and claim that you acted only to expose a traitor. Then you send everyone who finds you back to reveal your location, also that anyone with a grudge against the canoes will focus solely on you. I heard from my sister that you were the one who cleaned up after every operation. The cleaner, they call you. Once when she barely escaped by the skin of her teeth, you used a similar method to draw attention to yourself. Though it involved faking an injury at the time, you were losing a lot of blood, true, but the art you used was powerful enough to turn everyone who even glanced at you into a fine red mist. My sister risked her life to let you all cleanse her blood, turning into a pure vampire. But even she couldn't eat for days after seeing that.
I did endeavor not to splash too much blood. I'm not fond of working in such a garish fashion myself.
No, what I hate is your arrogance. You think you can bear the entire blood depth of the Rose Riverside by yourself.
And what makes you say that? If I really were as capable as you claim, I would have held on to my sisters and have them accompany me upon this river of blood. And Rose Riverside would not have scattered so prematurely. I wish I had time to do more than clean up duty during the crux of the Civil War. I was so busy I didn't even hear the whispers of the wind. And that was that. I could not save Teresa, nor a single canoe. Aww. Ooh, between the ISs? Okay, the one that I enjoyed the most was Kirula Arbor. Like, overall, Kirula Arbor. Like, oh, Mizuki, you're so sweet and adorable. Like, what the heck? Just And heck, seeing all the jellies flying away was pretty cute, too. Even what you're willing to do for your sister now, I cannot do myself.
What the?
Shh. A sparkling blood-red gem slowly falls in front of Milton, as Entelechia's countenance grows even paler. Take it back to the one you believe can see your sister. There are only 2 people in this entire land who can tell the difference between it and my little Garnet. I can promise you that much.
Your earring?
More than that, but you needn't know. Now go. I wish you the best of luck, just as I do for my sisters.
What about you?
Judging by what you're holding, am I not already slain by your hand? If you have the chance to see your sister again, tell her I will find that woman, and have her provide an answer to all of us sisters.
This princess of yours, is she a traitor, a liar, or something else?
No answer. By the time the scent of blood wafts over in the breeze, she is already gone.
Thank you.
Interior of the Shard, Londinium. Can you hear me? I'm inside the Military Commission's command center. The communication shutdown has been lifted. That's mighty quick of you, Entelechia. Naturally, same old trick of mine. While I was dealing with Ducario's altar, I found quite a few people lying in pools of blood. Some were closer to the Military Commission than others. There was still information on the command center and their memories. Ah, it seems my divination today was off the mark. Today's blood drops were in the shape of 2 swords. I thought it meant that you would have to face off against the Royal Court's army, and have a tough time getting in. Still playing at fortune teller, are you? The sound of something falling passes through the wireless communicator, distant and fuzzy. Are you right over there? Damn it, tripped over a cable again. Anyway, with a body as bad as mine, I'm not casting any crazy blood arts anytime soon. Just let me mess around with a couple of drops now and then, okay? Won't you consider telling me where you're hiding right now? Why fix what isn't broken? Even back in Rose Riverside, when Weekend News were close as anything, nobody knew my hiding place. But now that you're in Londinium, there's nowhere that can guarantee your safety. No need to worry about me. Follow the target to the northeast. Sounds like there are 2 teams. Make sure to avoid them. Understood. We may have destroyed the Commission's command structure, but the mercenaries who are taking it over are unfamiliar faces. Bzz. Are you still there? I want to know more about the sisters. I'm here. Sisters working together, just like old times. Yes, just like old times. The three in charge of those mercenaries had some past dealings with Babel. I may be here at Kelsey's request, but I doubt we would get very far without get very far using our old friendship as leverage. Would you say this goes against our sisterly vows? I say it all depends on how you see it. No canoe shall interfere in matters related to Babel. It was you set that rule. Some people don't really mind killing their own, you know? With more rules comes less trouble. I know what us sisters are like, and how bad the blood can run between us at times. Yep, some join, so obviously there'll be some who leave too. We have to accept that, Intellectia. This does not explain her sudden disappearance, though. I think that I should know her the best. Obviously, no one else has got a single drop of her blood on them. Which means your departure was truly without warning, rather than us missing a sign. Sounds like you doubted yourself. Join the club. It was only after it happened that I really got into this divination thing. It's never accurate, more like a game of associations that gets you thinking, but at least it gives me some sort of warning, reminding me to be mentally ready for any and all changes. I'll help you out. At the very least, we all know she came by Londinium. 2 heads are better than 1, and 1 clue is better than none, right? Hold on, there's movement outside of the command center. Victorian Alliance troops are locking horns with a group of unknown Sarkas. Those wounds would be the mercenaries who have come to take charge. It would seem they're right behind us. I'll tidy up this command center for them then. See them in trouble later. Would you mind leading the way? No problem, I'm always here. Londinium. After Babel's seizure? Intellectia. You're late, Kelsey. Drafting a final plan of attack demanded my time. It's rare to see you absent-minded. Rhodes Island's medical operators can provide a standard medical aid, but if a vampire does not wish to staunch their own bleeding, I'm afraid there is little they can do. It's nothing. Who doesn't bleed a little in battle? I was simply pondering the shape of this bloodstain has taken. It seems like a bad omen, no? But do go on, Kelsey. Forgive me. But as usual, I can only thank you in a personal capacity for destroying Ducario's remaining art circles and saving Londinium from yet another calamity. To be fair, I only did so out of my loathing for Ducario. It wasn't to help you, and certainly not to help those Victorians. Nonetheless, your actions helped to clear many obstacles for Wizardel and her people. True. I trust you remember my plan today. Remember my help today, Dame? Naturally. About the information you gleaned from within the Art Circle blood. Have you told Milscar? Just a hint, and the little kitten is smart enough to figure it out. When the Victorians and Sarkas began hostilities, it was inevitable that some among them would seek cooperation over common interests. This war must end. These problems must be left to Londinium, to Victoria itself. Ami and the Doctor are currently fighting their own fight with the Victorian delegation to bring things to a peaceful close. If negotiations go as well as we hope, all the Sarkas will leave at the appointed time. The tragedy of Londinium can end. The more one knows about the past, the more worries it adds to their brow. It almost sounds like you're mocking yourself, oh nearly all-knowing Dame Kelsey. 4 years ago, I found a Babel in complete disarray. We may have had our similarities in that sense. Us cleaners really hate having to leave, and are disinclined to accept defeat, so I stayed, wanting to piece back together all the shattered fragments. As promised, I've synced what I know about your princess to the frequency band you provided. It's just scraps of information, but should be enough to help you. Thank you, Kelsey. If you and Rhodes Island still need any assistance, do let me know. Getting all the Sarkas to agree to leave is hardly the easiest matter after all. There is one thing you must know. The person receiving this information did not respond. Closure managed to triangulate the approximate location of the band signal, albeit with great difficulty, but our people were prevented from approaching.
No, rather than prevented, they're being distracted. This sort of activity can only mean there are people in the shadows with their own purposes. After me, perhaps?
After her, eh? I wonder why. Or who'd it be this time? No need to be in such a rush. Intellectia, run as fast as you like, but that bouquet will wilt before you get past the battlefield no matter what. There are no roses in Casdale, true. Even if you do bring some for your sisters to see, they may not like them. You should toss the bouquet once the flowers are wilted. I am also unsure what awaits us once we return to the city of the Sarkaz. Though with how well you become in combat and arts, there should only be one thing you need to be ready for. I hope you have learned how to grieve, how to say farewell, Intellectia. It is easy to live with a heart full of hate, but it is hard to bear the pain of love. Saying farewell is what causes us to grieve, and so I will see Your Highness Teresa's wish fulfilled. I want you there with me when it becomes fulfilled. Will you agree to that, Intellectia? Dot dot dot. Intellectia enters the ruins. A few frightened civilians follow her at a distance, their eyes locked onto her, muttering curses under their breath. None dare to throw the bricks they hold in their hands. A dry streak of blood trails across the ground as if someone was dragged. It winds past a fallen wall, wrecked in the fighting, and skirts around a rusty assembly line. Trickster lies motionless, her face drained of blood, a shattered receiver still clutched tightly in her arms. Blood drips out of the terrifying wound on her, crimson as ever. A frail vampire died in Londinium. A sight all too common. Nobody cares why she died, but nobody can take away her dignity in death. Your blood still isn't dry. Someone has kept the last of your dignity. Only someone living can leave behind minute arts such as this. Arts of life. My princess, is this all the mercy you could spare? My princess? You ended up coming here after all, Intellectia. As her finger dips into the blood, a host of information springs up before her eyes. Through this blood, Intellectia communes with the consciousness of the deceased before it disperses completely. Who killed you? I hid away too long and got hungry, decided to go for a walk. Someone hit me. I knew I couldn't escape, so I didn't bother to stop the bleeding. As Rose Riverside's cleaner, she has seen too many of her compatriots fallen in pools of their own blood. The shadows of these grisly scenes serve as the elucidators of information in her mind's eye, fitting together into a vague memory. Was it the Victorians or the military commission? No need to be mad about anyone about this. If Rose Riverside hadn't taken me in, a vampire as weak as me wouldn't have made it past the Civil War. You all always said I was the only one of us sisters with sharp eyes. So whenever any surprises happened, even a small breakdown at the furnace, I'd be the first you all fussed over. That's all I ever needed. I'm so glad I met you all. The memories continue further into the past. A familiar figure steps out of the river of blood, quietly watching them. It is Trickster's memory, and the memories of all the canoes. As the warmth dies away in the blood, so too does the memory of the dead slowly dry up. Not many canoes have left them, but none left in silence, no matter how dire the situation. They always spare the time to grieve for a lost sister. At least they did, once upon a time. No, wait. What about the people we're looking for? Are you really alright with this? Didn't you want to bring back all of her sisters too? She sees no information. There is no answer from the blood. But unexpectedly, her finger touches something solid. Take away your hand. Do not tarry in this river of blood. It's an interesting art. Being able to to read memories based on blood. She'd be the best crime scene investigator. She knows it's crystal. Of course she does. It is a drop of her own blood, a vow, the beginning of the Rose Riverside. There is no information within the pure crystal, merely the lingering warmth of arts. My princess, why did you choose to return this to me now? Why now of all times? You were here, so why did you leave so soon? Was it because you could not save her? Or is it because of the war that barely ended? Because of all that transpired years ago? Or maybe it's simply to say farewell. Who's your princess? What a rude breakup. Not planning on staying in Londinium? I found the answer I sought. That princess of yours did come by the city. Neither the Military Commission's information network nor our convert web in Londinium could find anything on her. This is not good for us. She did not come here for the war. Rose Riverside will no longer take part in anything to do with Babel. A rule I set myself. She would not have violated it. Kelsey, she may have simply come to say farewell to Her Highness, or perhaps it was to stop Trickster and I from continuing our search. The sudden disappearance of your princess and the eve of Babel's collapse is suspicious enough. I cannot even confirm if she left on Teresa's orders. Until we know where she truly stands, Rose Island cannot rule out the possibility that she might interfere with our plans. Even I too wish to believe that she has simply come to say her goodbyes. I will find her, Kelsey. The final clues Trickster left for me will be enough. She owes me an answer too. If you need assistance, we're still happy to. I know you're gonna say that Rose Island wants to help. But Rose Island and Babel are very different beasts. I do not wish for Rose Island to be ensnared in the past once again. I believe Her Highness would not want it either. Our name may have changed into Legia, but our mission hasn't. Rose Island will not continue down Babel's doomed path, but we will never deny the ideals Babel showed us. Oh, welcome back, and I hope the weird internet issue's done. Oh, internet. Besides, I want the truth too. I thank you for your kindness. A drifting canoe needs its birth, and for us, that can only be Castel. The royal court, shaped by Ducariel, reeks the stench that displeases the sisters. No doubt, sooner or later, another vile creature will emerge from his pool of blood. Perhaps I will rope in some other canoes in due time to cross the river of blood once more and return to the city Her Highness built. I foresee Castle having even greater need for us in the wake of this war than Babel ever did. I fear persuading those sisters of yours will not be easy. Not to mention your drifter of a princess. I believe in the vows of us canoes, even if many of us detest each other. Send this petal of tricksters to Castle in my stead, dame. See her home. She slowly opens her hand, revealing a sparkling blood-red crystal. She did all she could to preserve the longing lingering in her sister's veins. You have my promise, and Rose Island's as well. Then don't blame me when trouble comes knocking on your door. It has been a long time since Rose Island was as weak as you imagine, Intellectia. We can only hope. Goodbye, Kelsey. The warmth in this drop of blood will never die, just as us canoes will never drown in the river of blood. This is our vow. I promise you. For our farewell, I shall grieve. I would much prefer to part less often, but goodbye, Intellectia. I still want to know who her princess is. And now for another breath of death. What a name for his section. Another breath of death. So edgy. Can you hear Victoria cry, O kings of yore? Fires burn my mother's skin. I fly above her head, but do not hear her cry for help. Only lament. But who does she lament for? If Closure's the princess, aw, Princess Closure. Oh, she'd be so annoyed with me. I'd be like, Closure, my Hime-sama. And that's what she bonks me.
Don't bother collecting the bodies of the Steam Knights and mercenaries. The Victorians already built this tomb for them.
I know, Ines, but... Paprika clenches the blood-stained piece of paper in her hand and tries to imagine what it felt like as a Steam Knight wrote these words. This is the Steam Knight's home, but the Sarkas shouldn't be left here. If Hodor can really bring everyone back to Castle with the life bone, we can take them with us. Can we take them with us too?
If you've already made up your mind, then go ahead. But are you sure about this, Paprika? Paprika, you aren't from Castle.
I can always find a way back to Columbia if I need to.
It's safer to travel back with the group for now. Who knows what they do to you if you stay in Victoria? Or try to head back to Columbia now. Given the circumstances... Stop pretending you're not injured. I won't die. I can't die. Besides, we're already taking too long.
How's the Lifebone's recovery going?
It'll make it to Casdell, provided no one accidentally damages it again.
Oh, was it meant for me? Guess your recovery is going just fine.
How are things looking outside, W?
I'll let you off the hook about the name this time, Ines.
Even better. How are things looking outside, W?
Ines, come on.
The Victorians made a big push right after the fire on the walls. The Nachzera Alliance collapsed right away. What about the Nachzera King?
Still kicking, but he retreated to the city. Is there any news about the general, Miss Wizardell?
Nope. Could be dead for all I know. Manfred wouldn't die so easily.
But the chaos outside is a problem. Based on intel my guys collected, Nasalem is still sitting cozy, even though the military commission screwed this battle up big time. And while I'd love to blow Teresa's to smithereens, I gotta admit, he's a cunning enough bastard that there's no way his forces would back down that easy. I'm thinking your plan needs to be moved up, Hodor.
The lifeboat is ready. Whatever the region is scheming, we should prepare to leave with the ones who've been dragged into this mess before the Sarkas purge begins.
I doubt the Victorians will let them go so easy.
I know, but...
Since when did we need the Victorians' permission to do anything? I've got an idea. But first, we'll need to capture the Commissioner's command center. Stay in the name of Babel. You guys just wait here for my orders.
An idea isn't a plan, W, but you seem confident. Fine, let's go. I spent enough time underground.
Doesn't Hodor need someone to take care of him?
I have it on good authority that he won't die. Yes, that's what I said. Whatever the region and Nachzera are planning at the Palace of Westaleg, the fate of the survivors is probably not the priority. We can't just sit back and watch. You can tell us about your idea on the way.
Humph, 2 dunces.
What about you, Yarnball?
I'll go with you. The general might be at the command center. I have so much to ask him. But do we just leave the lifeboat here? I can blow it to pieces if you want. If you're volunteering to carry everyone on your back instead.
W?
It's Wizardell! Don't worry, Yarnball. No one will ever guess it's here. And if anyone dares get close, my guys will take care of them. Wait. Another alien president? Madam President? Has returned? In a different game? Wow. Wizardell surveys the resting place of kings, now barely recognizable rubble. Teresa's just biding his time until his people want to do something again. Because he's just going with the flow for the most part. It's like, oh, you want a war? Okay, let's do it. Oh, our war's done. You want to rebuild? Okay, I guess we'll do that. Like, what do you want to do next? I don't know, up to you. Okay. Wait, become president by marrying us? Ooh, I like that. Besides, what better place to hide a pile of bones than a graveyard? Legit. Outside the Military Commission's command center. Found a way in yet? The Duke Alliance army is surrounding the place, but they don't seem to have any intention of attacking. What are they doing then? Out for a picnic? I wouldn't consider him the same category as the Salem. Like, the Salem has a goal. Specifically, he wants war. He just wants war, war, war. Well, Teresa's, he was willing to go with peace or war. He didn't care. He's literally, up to you. It's like, oh, you want war? Okay, we'll do that. Hey, if they wanted peace, he would have just done that too. Defending this place was so important to the general. How did... Trilby.
The general? You mean the devil with the name of Manfred? I'm afraid he fled with his tail between his legs, abandoning all of you. Her Grace was right. The military commission spies do come through here.
Who the hell are you calling commissioned spies?
We're not your enemies. We've come to end this war. I've read your files, Sarkas. The right hand of Manfred. Your word can hardly be taken at face value. Then maybe you also read how I escaped from Manfred. I'm afraid I lack the patience to read through the files of every insignificant devil. We surround the place, sir. Eliminate these Sarkas spies. Search their bodies for intel on the command center. I've had enough of the Sarkas' tricks.
Ha! So you're not attacking because you're too scared of what's inside? Well, if you don't have the guts, we'll do it for you.
Are you sure you want to pick a fight now, W? I can ensure a safe retreat at least. Pulse weapon. I'm with her. The Sarkas can't afford to wait. Protect Paprika, Inez. We're forcing our way through.
Yeah, that's not our Trilby Asher. This one's just a punk.
If you say so.
Shadow spread from Inez's feet, locking onto every Victorian soldier present. Then she senses a different kind of shadow.
Delphine?
Let them through, sir. And Hero was thinking you finally made up your mind to kill us.
I am not under the command of the exemplars, my lady, nor do I want to be put on mandatory leave in, like, Bellingham. I'm simply executing the Duke's orders. Wipe out the Sarkas, no more, no less.
These Sarkas share a strategic objective. They aren't a monolith. You're here to kill the Noxera, aren't you, Holderer?
The Noxera King holds great significance to the Sarkas, but he cannot be allowed to live. Only the swift and complete defeat of his forces will convince the ones sitting on the fence to willingly withdraw with us. You want to flee with the devils?
Got a problem with that, punk? You do understand the crimes they've committed, do you not?
I can't deny them, but I also understand what will happen if the large numbers of leaderless Sarkas mercenaries are left scattered across the countryside. Mercenaries who've tasted blood and war.
You want to protect them?
And prevent further chaos.
Can you give your guarantee?
No, but she can. Babel can.
Holder points towards Wizardell.
This war has long since lost its last justification for taking lives. It's time to bring it to an end. This has nothing to do with who I was, or who I am now.
Very well, you can go in. If Rhodes Island trusts you, then...
You should be careful, Lady Delphine. What you're doing may constitute treason.
I don't need your advice. Lieutenant Shearer, instruct the exemplars units to escort the Sarkaz team into the command center. Inform all Alliance units that this order comes directly from Delphine Windermere.
Understood, Lady Windermere. I hope you'll be able to answer for yourself when the Dukes hear about this.
I have more reason to hate the Sarkaz than any of you. Than most of you. But I don't let it blind myself to the current situation. Londinium has bled enough.
Thank you for your help.
It's not you I'm helping, Sarkaz. Go in this war. As for you, sir, you can either continue the steering match with me, or we can both go back with our men and prepare for the next battle. Or do you need to call the Duke of Castor for instructions?
No need for that, Lady Delphine. Her Grace has granted me discretion. I agree that this is not a battlefield. I will, however, report all the facts pertinent to the incident to Her Grace.
Suit yourself. While you're at it, send her my regards and a promise from the exemplars. When the horn of the final battle sounds, the exemplars will be the first to answer. I get that things are messed up in the commission, but is this really all they have guarding the command center?
According to Dame Kelsey and the doctor, Rose Riverside has probably paved the way for us.
What about Manfred and his men? Afraid of getting blown up or something? If the general's still alive, there's only one place that he would be. By the Regent's side.
We'll have to count on the doctor's group being able to handle the Regent. It's all yours, Wizardelle.
And I thought I had to fight you for the mic.
Your first broadcast more than did the job, Wizardelle.
Why so serious all of a sudden? About to spew a bunch of crap I don't understand again? Shakes head.
The name Her Highness gave you holds many meanings.
I know. If they need us to hear a new voice, they'll hear it. Before that, though, I want to set things up. We still need the command center to organize a withdrawal. Don't blow it up in a fit of anger. Blow it up? Of course I want to blow it up, but there's only one left. There's only one of it, which means I can't try all the different ways I plan for it. W. Don't rush me, Enos. This time, I'm gonna blow it to the sky so everyone can see it. See who we are and what we want to do. Listen up, people. Babel's captured the Military Commission's command center. What a broadcast. Those bastards who don't know their heads and their asses right now, and nobody's got it in them to help out the crusty old notch Sarah King. So quit wasting time and get those feet moving. Believe me or not, whatever, just step on the gas and get this over with. Oh, and just saying, don't forget to keep your eyes on the sky.
My patriarch, that the command structure of the commission collapse, temporary chaos is inevitable. But no matter. The long oppression may have numbed the Sarkaz, but this war has reignited their hatred. A moment of fear hesitation will not extinguish it.
Then Sarah King looks to see a frenzied flame cut open in the veil of decay for an instant.
Besides, there will be another to stand up and lead them. Babel.
He's so chill about the situation. The first time I saw the Palace of Westaleg was 15 years ago, on a 50-pound bill. It was the first time I had a wrench in my hands, and the first time I held money I'd earned myself. I grabbed the bill with my numb and tired hands. The factory door began to close behind me, but I felt as though the door to all of terror was being opened before my eyes. A place that seemed so far away, a place where kings once sat, was right there in my hands.
Why do we stop? The area ahead is completely shrouded in fog. Captain Horn's orders are to how they advance until we figure out the tricks that Noxera are up to in there. Look at all the pretty patterns on the tiles beneath our feet, though. We're close to the palace. Be patient, and grab a proper weapon from the camp. The Sarkis protecting this place are the worst of the worst. A wrench isn't gonna cut it. This wrench has smashed 5 Sarkis skulls just on the way here. I can do it, whether you believe it or not. It's been 15 years since I felt like this, but now, I feel like I can take that palace. Not Sarah can be damn. Wait, shh. What is it? Fog. Fog. I'll report it in. Find a safe place to hide.
You hear that from inside the fog? All I hear is the wind. Same sound as when I fought to shut the gym's windows at night. If it's the wind, it's blowing against something. A flag or clothes. Telvina. In an instant, innumerable tattered rags rush out of the fog, drifting across the sky above the city like gray-white tide. There is cloth freshly torn from the clothing, and there are banners woven by hatred over the millennia. They have wrapped generation after generation of Nachzera warriors, hiding the rot beneath, but now they fly freely in the sky, inviting all they touch to walk into decay.
Bloody hell, I can't feel my leg!
I got you. Get away from the cloth, I'll cover you. The corroding weapons they touch, melee units, pull back and let the casters deal with them. First and third caster battalions, volley on my mark. Bang. I can't get rid of them.
The pals are immersed in decay, the shroud drawing in death. Even the formless witchcraft of the Nachzera has rules that can be followed. But I am able to decipher as this fog. It is neither arts nor natural.
Is this some new tactic, Logos? They wouldn't wait this long to try a proven tactic.
Perhaps Nasalem is changing, or perhaps it's the Nachzera themselves that are changing. This place will soon be more dangerous than the shroud we stepped into on the battlefield outside the city. The other units must have encountered the same interference, even sending out a signal is difficult. This 300-meter plaza is enough to delay 1,000 men for days. We must find Teresa's. Teresa still has Omnanam. Darn Omnanam. Omnanam. Analyze the shroud, Logos. How's our comms equipment closure? If we don't want the Nachzera cutting the battlefield to itty-bitty pieces in the fog, turning our offense into more of a buffet, we should fill that plaza with repeaters, including those curvy corridors on the sides. We don't have the time to get a bunch more equipment, but luckily, I have a backup plan. I never told them that I had never killed anyone. I did exterminate a few districts worth of musk beasts, but never human. I never told them that I was not an arts-imbued pal I wrapped myself in, but rags taken from stolen mops. Wow. After all, I'd never met another Nachzera in all the years I grew up in the ditches of Londinium, and no one ever taught me the Nachzeric arts. I wrapped myself in mops so the Victorians wouldn't beat me to death. A mophead that killed musk beasts for them deserved to live more than a Sarkaz at least. Why are you ripping the cloth off yourselves? Our patriarch says we need no longer hide the decay. Should I rip mine off too then? Of course, child. Why doesn't it fly away like yours did? Am I missing some arts? Feel the decay within you returning to the land. Feel the withered life returning to your body. Then rejoice. So, I should rejoice?
This is so awkward. Wow. Just wow, he's like, oh shoot, how do I do that? How do I make this fly? Happy feelings, woo! It didn't work, oops. Now they'll know I'm a poser. Oh no! I beat a Notchzera to a pulp. They said that the Notchzera could never be truly killed, so I kept swinging my wrench like my life depended on it, even though the one beneath me was no longer moving. His ugly frame was much frailer than I imagined. It broke like the fallen branches in the snow under my feet. In the winters of my childhood. The always broke with such satisfying crack. Was the war answering my courage? I liked the feeling.
I could. I said I could. Who said you can't truly kill a Notchzera? This one seems pretty dead to me.
Careful there. You didn't want to be near a Notchzera corpse long. The Notchzera warrior's body quickly collapses, losing all form and color. An invisible fog takes up from the form of the dead and gently embraces the remains.
It just rots on its own that quick.
If we didn't get away now, we and the body will both be Notchzera food.
Bloody hell, and here I was thinking that the Notchzera weren't just such a bloody monsters after all.
It'll be fine, alright? Where'd you come from? Think about home. All its sun and hay and beer, you know? I think you'll feel a wee bit better putting all this rot out of your mind.
I'm from Londinium. All I had at home was sourdough, hard enough to smash skulls.
Aye, that works.
Yeah, works for me.
Hard bread.
Death and decay are defined by silence. I never thought the pseudoram could operate so noisily. No longer do the Notchzera try to keep their nature in check. They are allowing decay to run unchecked.
Meaning it'll be hard to stop the spread of rot?
A pair of hands cannot stop rushing water.
But they can easily spray the water further. What if we diluted the rot logos? Dilutes the rot.
Hang in there, you'll get better. Harg! Do I look like I'll get better to you?
A natural effect of rapidly applying healing arts.
Take this. Give it to Arg. The pain. It's getting better.
Do not choose the end out of pain, soldier. Endure. The pain will stop in time.
Thank you, Sarkaz. Listen to Liz. It'll be alright. In cases of acute infection, we have to avoid rapid emotional fluctuations. Take a deep breath and... Message from the doctor, Neryl. Shining, Neryl, Nightingale. Are you in the rear? We're in the rear camp. Just returned from the bunch of wounded.
How's Nightingale?
Weak, but she refused to abandon the injured to their fates. We'll take care of her.
I need you to pull out of the area, along with everybody in camp.
Doctor, you... Let us know if you need any support.
The Notchzera shroud will be easily dispelled with arts. We'll divert the fog of decay to nearby areas. Do your best to ensure that no one gets caught in it.
Roger.
The more lives we save, the less decay there is to feed on. It's the duty of the followers, isn't it? Neryl, Shining, there's no time to rest.
Liz.
Liz's blue Falby's perches on Shining's shoulder, rubbing against her cheek. Sometimes I just don't know what to do with you. Neryl?
Go and save some lives. As for the enemy, lead them to my spear and my shield.
Bzz, bzz, bzz. Wow, I never knew fog could be so noisy. The interference is too strong. Might be easier to yell than get a signal through. We can't place the repeaters directly on the ground. The fog eats away at the antennae. If we put up a shield... No, with the interference like this, that just block whatever's left of the signal.
What if we carry the repeaters?
The fog won't eat up the equipment as long as we're still alive, right? Closure clenches her comms terminal tightly, but she can feel the pain of its metal corners biting into her skin fading away. Her limbs are becoming numb. The fog clings to all life equally, inviting them to join the procession of decay. She knows what Fang's suggestion implies. She wants to reject it, but she does not. You go. I'll stay here with the base station. We got this. Think, Closure, think. If this fog is from the upstairs arts, then it can't just be meaningless noise. Identify the pattern, and then we can filter it out. There it is. It's not noise. It's the voice of the Notchserer. Even if their flesh is decayed, even if their consciousness is long faded, the life force of the Notchserer continues to sing in joy as they return to the cycle. I know, right? It's like all this for little old me? Wow! So loved. No idea what you're so happy about, but I'm sick of hearing it. Let me see. A little more over here. Closure. I'm getting a signal, but it's still not enough.
How about this?
That's what I'm talking about. Wait, Misery? How did you...
I can cut a path through the fog for communications.
Great. Now we can hear what...
3rd Caster Battalion. Engage the Notchserer emerging from behind the lines. Don't let them cut us off from the exemplars. The weight-bearing structures of the corridors to the sides of the plaza are heavily damaged. They're about to collapse.
Watch out for the falling debris. The whole battlefield... It's connected. Now I have killed a Victorian girl wearing a bright printed scarf on her head. Her scarf faded and her complexion twisted before my face. She became no different from the must-be's I killed, only bigger and more hollow. Her life must have flowed into me. I find myself swinging the greatsword that they gave me, almost as tall as I am, but I don't feel the ecstasy they spoke of.
Ah! Phew. You're rotten too. If I don't rot, you will. Is that it? What is this? What's that?
The massive explosion almost ruptures a young Notchserer's eardrums. A massive suit of armor flies past him. The fog gently picks up away the broken limbs the armor is wearing, pale fragments dispersing with the steam. Several pseudorams fly towards it. Their swords making screeching sounds on the metal, piercing the dull thud of the originium explosives. Sound of gushing steam! Ooh, hello, Steam Knight.
Metal. Shall. Decay.
The young Notchserer has no time to look back. Heavy metal legs break the fog in front of him, blocking out the already dim sunlight.
How many years do you think it took us to build the crawler? Do you think we just let you eat it? Armor plate to the port side foreleg. Does the main gun still turn? 2 o'clock, fire! Blast a path through the pseudoram for the Steam Knight.
I like how Granny and Grandson are doing a thing. With a giant robot. The young Notchserer falls onto the ground. Cold blood immediately seeps through the remaining mop cloth, as though he was born to wipe such filth. But why was he born to? He has no time to think about the answer. A great iron hammer is raised above his head, its glaring reflection in his eyes.
No, no! I don't want to! You don't want to die.
A tide of rushes past him, and the hammer falls to the ground as a scrap.
My patriarch? I'm sorry, I didn't... Please, don't punish me. I'm not a deserter, I just... If you have yet to fully comprehend war, then you're no deserter. It is not yours to give up your life so easily in. Your war is yet to come. Go.
How nice of him. I like how he just like... You're just a poser. Get out of here. Freaking poser. The fog. It's fading. More and more wounded are being evacuated before they die. The Nocera are being deprived of the rot they feed on.
Disperse.
The fog is thinning. Even I can breathe now. Wait, you couldn't breathe all this time, Doctor? Why didn't you say anything? It wasn't that bad, just better now. This won't last for long. Shouting reports that the fog have been diverted elsewhere is returning. We must move. Doctor! Monster!
Perish.
You feel a sense of deja vu. It is not that any memories came back to you. It is that, once again, you sense how tiny and frail your life is. A blade of grass in the wilderness. What is one blade or 1,000 in the presence of death? You will all become nutrition for the next year's sprouts. The tides of rock crosses Amiya's black curtain, Monster's massive frame, and Logos' wall of incantations. Rushing towards you. The next instant, it comes to an abrupt halt.
It is you.
It is me. What? It is me. Hi.
You've kept your promise.
What promise? I don't remember promising you anything. Hi.
Monster. Structural fortification. Protect the doctor. There's no need, Dame. I shall not fight you here.
Even though this is a battlefield?
Precisely because it is a battlefield. You do not belong to this battlefield of mine. Every second you spend here is an insult to it.
War doesn't belong to anyone. It only destroys everyone.
Ha! How arrogant. No matter. This war that has nurtured me, this war I've nurtured is now over. Even if it has cycled back and forth for 1,000 years in the most uninteresting manner, even if the pain it gave rise to has become numbness, this war achieved its goal. Now, the Sargas are masters of their own destiny.
The Omninam in Teresa's hands.
Teresa's? No. The Omninam is in the hands of all the Sargas, scattered across the land for 1,000 years. From this war, they will come away with power, freedom, and a future. What is left for me is the purest afterglow of war, one that knows no purpose but war itself.
If there is no purpose, then why do you?
Elblood child, so eager to put a stop to everything you do not wish to see. If you see war as only evil, suffering is only a mistake, and sacrifice is only a waste, then you can bring neither destruction nor rebirth.
Should I take this as the god of war advising the king of Sarkas?
Very good. Finally, you call yourself king. But it's not advice. My war may have won the Sarkas a future, but it's not my place to dictate what it is. My place is only to fulfill the very nature of my being.
To spread decay? To nurture new life? To spread decay?
To me, decay and rebirth are one and the same. As for you, Aegis Dame, Outblood King, and you, it is not my place to judge you.
I like how it's like, Aegis Dame, Outblood King, they sound cool, and then there's you!
Go. Teresa's awaits.
Okay. Bye. Behind the Notch there King, the ranks of the Sarkas part silently. They reveal a black path between White Shroud, White Bones, and White Pall. Doctor. Only by taking down Teresa's and Omninam will we truly bring an end to this calamity. Omninam. We're with you, Doctor. This is the moment Rhodes Island has prepared for. There is no need to hesitate. And the Notch there King? My whistle shall disperse the fog. If we triumph, we will not celebrate victory alone. Through the fog, you can see the faint silhouette of a tank. The gushing steam of Steam Knight, Exemplars and Alliance soldiers fighting side by side. You hear the communications of Closure, Wizardell and the others. All of them fighting for the same end. An end to this war. Let's go meet Teresa's. Teresa's.
You've crossed the waters of death, Aphanel. witness the dim candlelight on the other side. Go. I do not wish to fight you. Sing once more when all decay is returned to the soil. When all war drums are silent. Your end does not lie here.
The banshee shakes his head and says nothing. His bone pen floats up in front of him.
Ha, so be it. I do envy La Maline.
The Noxera King spreads his arms wide. The banshee begins to move his bone pen. 1,000 branches rise in the Noxera, formed of flesh, blood, and bone. 1,000 incantations are etched by the point of the banshee's pen, in opposition to the decay. 1,000 branches spread out on the battlefield, every Noxera corpse they touch, from the ethereal remains of the ancient Sarkas Sudaram, to the yet unrotted flesh of the young Noxera warriors, blooms and flowers of decay. Once again, the Noxera rise from decay. Once again, the fearless charge forth in the incantations of the banshee. Though, Noxera's comments being like, I envy your mother, Logos, doesn't mean he's like, man, I wish I had a cool son like you. The Palace of Westleg, it wasn't grand at all. In fact, it looks even more decrepit than what I saw in that bill of 15 years ago. The blood and flesh covering my hands feels more real. I stopped counting the number of sarcasms I put down. It must have been a lot because my wrench broke.
I see him.
His name is Big Wrench, wow.
I see him. There must be that Sarah King.
I wouldn't be surprised if the thing with Teresa ended with just a conversation. Especially with just one-on-one.
Exemplar, wait. This is as far as I can go. You can't charge him barehanded. Take the sword. The size of kings.
My daughter liked to rub my arm when I was lying face down on the bed. She said it was fun because my muscles were so hard. I would pat her shoulder and tell her she could become just as strong enough to lift a whole pile of steel bars. Holding the sword in my hand, I stab at the mountain of branches under me and climb it.
But how do I reach an enemy floating in midair?
Quick puff of steam.
For Victoria!
I see the steam knight charge towards death. I hear a sharp whistle in my ear. I feel the ground tremble from the guns of the tank. The elusive, terrifying white figure in the sky stops for an instant. Then the steam knight dives in the sky, sending the Noxera King crashing to the ground.
He's so close.
I'm beginning to fall in love with war. This is... okay, it's kind of funny. This guy's just like, oh my goodness, this is fun. I like this. I understand you, Salem. While the other sarcasm guy's like, I don't like this. I'm gonna leave. But this guy... I'm beginning to fall in love with war. I leap from the mountain of branches and put the sword through the Noxera King. I can even feel my eyes burn at the heat of gushing in the steam knight as it breathes. He didn't even hesitate.
Victorian, you have learned to draw life from war. Now, you must learn to return it to war.
Ha, it was no use at all. I am thrown at a great distance. I can no longer feel my own body. I see the Noxera King once again rise into the sky. The steam knight wraps in a frenzy of white cloth. The strange Sarkas casting his arts, cutting a path towards the Noxera King. Familiar faces treading the death-filled path towards its seemingly insurmountable foe with no hint of hesitation. The fog seems to be dispersing. I see the massive four-legged tank advance. Why is there a golden-haired Kuranta here? Wait, are those strange contraptions that have appeared on the battlefield making a strange sound? I see Your Highness, our hero, Vita Victoria, the returned king, leaping more and more people forward. Leading more and more people forward. For Victoria! I seem to see an end of the war. The Nobunaga King silhouette overlaps with the sun. It is bright. Before him gathers those eager to end the war. I can no longer see what happens next. Where did the sword go? Sorry, my girl. Your daddy's not coming home. Still Furnace of Castel. So you've chosen to answer Teresa's call to arms, even though the war will destroy you.
Has your crown shown you my end, your highness?
No, we simply understand full well that the only end of war is destruction.
What is there to fear in destruction? The first Notch learned our purpose when he rose from the ashes of war. I am the end of all things. The great boulder of war sits above our heads. On the slopes of time, all we can do is push it off with all our might. This time, however, Teresa has promised me an end to the cycle. As had you. Do you remember?
I do. At the founding of the military commission. But we've found another path.
Then prove it to me, your highness. I will wait. Even if you do not find your end, however, I will carve out another path for the Sorkas.
I can see your emotions. You're excited about this path.
I've waited too long since that war 200 years ago. Farewell, your highness. I will witness the conclusion of your dispute with the regent.
Baba will return.
I have never doubted it, nor have I doubted your promise.
Farewell. The rays of dawn shine from the pinnacle of the Palace of Westleg. They drive away the fog, revealing the aftermath of battle.
The fog is gone.
So is the Nobunaga King. Did we win? He's dead, right? In it? I still sense that suffocating presence. We'll need to get used to it. There's much to be done. The daybreak was unfamiliar to those returning home, or to those on the battlefield. Morning rays poured down like blood over the carpet of bodies on the ground.
Is this what the sunrise always looked like in Londinium? No, never.
The cold dawn pours blood towards the skyline, toward the winding mountains in the distance, like an ocean of blood. The few cries of joy from the crowd quickly fall silent. This is not how anyone imagined the glory of victory.
It's over.
But who can truly kill war?
No one can kill war. Do you still sense his presence, your highness?
He has unfortunately given himself to death, but you're correct. War will never end. He merely left because this particular war is over. I almost envy him. He has taken so many people along with him, all to enjoy a war that belonged only to him.
I have lost another fine opponent.
Yep, he's like my bestie, my best friend of me. Gosh darn it. Bye, my best friend of me. I wanted more fights between Salem and Wellington. So that's what made me sad. Of all the things. The old man fights are just too entertaining. And heck, even Iblana's like, oh, it's over already. What a shame. This guy. Guess the old man really is dead.
No time to mull over it. The Victorians could begin their purge at any moment.
There's a lot on your mind.
There's just something I'm not sure about. I have this feeling that when the next war to change history of Terra comes... No, I'm probably overthinking it.
Holderer, finish your sentence. Holderer. In the silence, only the lonely sound of a bone whistle reaches the pitch-black underground throne room. It is the Banshee's elegy for the dead.
Is the regent gone? Did you hear it? What is your true plan?
There's no answer. The regent of Castel, the one who began this war, is not here. He closes his eyes and seems to see a river of blood flowing towards the sky. Manfred cannot even tell what became of the Sarkaz hero who left so many legends behind, but he sees an image in his mind's eye. When the fires of war once again ravage Kazdel, death shall emerge from the mountains on the skyline. And now for the last one. All the unrevealed. Hello, Mia. Lifebone.
Hoderer, I brought along everyone who agreed to use the bones to retreat. Most of them wouldn't be able to withstand the long journey, the old, the young, and the more injured Sarkaz that you can count. W said, and I quote, "Let them die if they want, but the other members of her squad carry them here." However, she still has quite a few living subordinates, enough to maintain order within the Lifebone and watch over Ursula in captivity. So at least you won't have to worry about that having no one to take the wheel if you accidentally die on the road. Got it. What are you waiting for?
The Lifebone casts a shadow over the ruins of the battlefield. None of the Sarkaz raise their heads. They may already know of or have grown accustomed to the greater shadow that will soon envelop their kilometers-long procession. Most of them move slowly as they cross the trenches left behind by the high-speed battleships.
I was just thinking. Look how long the line of soldiers is. We've all traveled that road from Castle to Victoria before. We all know how long it is. But if the Victorians break their word and open fire on the retreating Sarkaz forces, there'll be nothing you can do about it. Yes, that's how it's always been. Maybe not immediately, but after the signal we send to Altera, every nation will be forced to respond. Are you sure that will work? Such a blatant retreat back to Kazda will probably cause many countries to panic. But there really is no better way. Our squad must continue to present the strongest possible front to all factions. The moment we lose its strength to wield our weapons, we'll be devoured without a trace. The same goes for the new King of Sarkaz. We must seize the initiative here.
The airship in the distance is faintly visible through the bones, and the ship's cannons remain locked in targeting mode. A massive catastrophe cloud still hovers around the ship, following the Sarkaz forces as they retreat.
But there's something else that's got me very worried. Are you sure it's a good idea to have W guard Manfred?
What's so bad about her guarding Manfred?
She's the best for the job.
I mean, there's still a chance to see the meeting, maybe in a different flashback.
The squad has reached its destination. The weather is clear and the visibility is good.
Keep looking to the southeast. We received the latest intelligence from the Ministry of Defense, which includes Kazdel's approximate coordinates. Please closely monitor the Sarkaz army to ensure their retreat home isn't a cover or for another military maneuver. Understood. The officer does not, in fact, understand why he needs to monitor the Sarkaz. However, out of respect for his comrades, he sits in the reconnaissance vehicle and stares intently at the data being sent back by the drones. All is calm.
There's nothing unusual to report at the moment, sir. By the way, and I'm just making small talk, Mayliner rarely sends someone of your stature to liaise with the military.
Heh. The Victorians think that they've done a fine job covering up the disaster in Londinium. Mayliner needs to investigate the situation before we have a talk with them.
Understood.
Lieutenant!
You're to report any new developments immediately. Of course, sir. There's nothing to report right now. Nothing at all? Wait, what's that?
The officer puts down the communicator. The catastrophe detection system on the vehicle is blaring an alarm. He looks towards the capital district, but at this distance, he can barely make out the outline of the Magic City. But he can clearly see the massive shadow cast by the catastrophe cloud. stretching from above the capital district all the way to where he stands. And yeah, it is gonna give Kazuo a future. But oh gosh. Hopefully with that around though, it doesn't cause too many more fights. Like right off the bat.
Yes, he knows you're familiar with the people of Syracuse, so he hopes you'll have a chance to display your talents this time. Not to worry, the Sarkas hordes are chaotic, calamitous force, but they are ultimately mercenaries. We are now well aware that our neighbor, Victoria, had failed to keep them on a tight leash. But I shall not allow such filth to disrupt Lathanian's glorious...
Wow. Such filth, right?
Such filth to disrupt Lathanian's glorious... Golden Neskasats. Of this, I am quite certain. Please send this message along to your master.
The note was interrupted by suddenly darkening sky.
What's going on? Come with me now, sir. It's a catastrophe. Contact the base for further orders. Damn, we've got no signal. What the hell's going on? Push the fleet forward. Full throttle. Wait.
Well, the data from the catastrophe detection system sends a chill down his spine. The cloud has stopped expanding just as suddenly as it had appeared a few minutes ago. The strong wind blows Originian dust up into the sky, but it does not fall back down. Then the cloud starts to dissipate as the sunlight peeks through.
Can you hear me, Lieutenant? Yes, sir. The catastrophe cloud appeared out of nowhere, and there were no signs at all before it happened. Of course. This was meant as a display, a show of force to intimidate us. Do you think the Sarkas troops did all this, or did this? Maylander no longer requires your help with our investigation. Please withdraw at once, of course. Do not disclose any information about our cooperation. Yes, sir. May Terra bless us.
Maylander, what you up to?
Enough. Deactivate the tip line. We have more than enough eyewitness accounts of the catastrophe cloud. Everyone saw what happened. Those of us living in the high-rises got an even closer look. For now, I need all of you to come up with explanations and file your stories. Everyone writes a report, whether you explain it away as an advertising hologram or a new art from Lathanian. That's up to you. Do you need anything else? Sir, this call wasn't from a citizen. We just received a word from our messengers. Drillingsturm, Laterano, Montelupe. Catastrophe clouds have appeared over the capitals of every nation. What about Deity Grifferberg and Max DC? Same situation.
Like, wow, what an amazing light show. That little omninom thingamajig is pretty handy. It can send a catastrophe to someone's doorstep before you can blink. Shh. No wonder the doctor and the hag were so nervous when we came to take it away. And the little bunny insisted on tagging along to keep an eye on me. What if we just, like, destroyed every capital of the Coral at once? Well, it may indeed be able to rain down disaster on those nations. That doesn't mean it can destroy them. I have no doubt that doing so would bring nothing but retaliation against Kasdao. Our history has repeatedly proven this, even from the earliest records. It would be unwise, Wizardel. In fact, you must use Omninom sparingly. The strain it places on the mind and body is even greater than I imagined. He just experienced that pain firsthand. Yeah. No one wants to end up like Gaul. You don't get to tell me that, Manfred.
Omninom's potential extends far beyond intimidation, assuming we figure out the proper use for it. Their Highnesses had much higher hopes for it. Yes, it is a weapon, a deterrent, but more importantly, it is a means by which we will break free of our destiny.
You're even more annoying than Hodor. Don't forget who you are, dude. You're a prisoner, and we're only keeping you alive because Kazo needs you alive. Hell, the only reason we let the military commission stick around is that the surviving Sarkaz still needs something to believe in on the way home. Fucking Teresa sure thought of everything, huh?
I'm guessing Hodor saw this coming long ago too, didn't he? This is always the region's overt strategy, to reunite the people, brought together once more by hatred around Castel. Even Babel and the military commission were working together again, united toward a common goal.
Yeah, but don't expect to wriggle your way out of this one, Manfred. Remember what I said?
Wizardel.
What, still got more to say?
If someday, Castle really does normalize its relations with the other nations, just as Her Highness Teresa once strived for, then I, along with the rest of the military commission, will have to draw a clear line between ourselves and Casdell. As the Sarkas see it, outbloods bring only pain and hatred, just as we do to them. Sooner or later, they will claim that we haven't paid for the crimes we've committed, and on that day, I'll be waiting for those hateful avengers to find us.
Just shut up already. Stop acting like you're a saint or whatever. Teresa's and the rest of you assholes screwed up big time. You were so goddamn stupid I wish I could blow you to pieces right now. Don't forget, almost all the lunatics who actually believed in your plan died in Londinium, along with an officer. You killed them with your own hands. There were hardly any left to even evacuate. But the Sarkans will pay for their own mistakes. Bao's not so spineless as to cast the entire commission from the city just because a few dumbasses were bold enough to provoke Casdell. Her Highness would never do that, and neither will I. If they're stupid enough to come, I don't mind giving them a fight. But if you keep talking shit, I'll just toss you over to someone who's willing to put up with your crap. And now Manfred's quiet. He's like, okay, I get it. I'll be quiet now.
You're not afraid of it. Look at that moving catastrophe cloud over there. It seems so far away, but I can't shake the feeling that it might suddenly appear right above my head.
Hello, mysterious man. You look cool too.
Of course I'm afraid. Who isn't afraid of catastrophes? But there's a trick I picked up in Sami. Whenever I'm scared, I just pull my hat over my head, crouch down, and think of something happy. The things you're afraid of will disappear before you even know it.
What a thing to learn in Sami.
After all, I'm just minding my own business. They wouldn't give me a hard time for no reason, would they? Just last week you said you lost count of how many times you've been captured and interrogated by one of the familiae. I'm sorry for the trouble. But misunderstandings always get cleared up in the end. I mean, you guys did let me go, didn't you? I really can't figure out how you managed to make it all the way through Sami and Ursus in one piece. You ain't lying about that too, are ya? I just happen to come across perfectly reasonable people like you all the time. Humph, try to reason your way out of catastrophes then. Remind me again where you're going. Some place called Black Flow. I'm also going home, friend. Back home to Bolivar. This one longest journey, an extra day or two won't make a difference. Besides, the tattered paper talisman you're carrying ain't gonna expire. Anyhow, I advise you wait for the parade of craziness to pass. They started a war, they can destroy cities. Or maybe wait for someone or something else to test out a catastrophe for you. Just some friendly advice. Those devils are bold as hell. Someone's bound to try and take a bite out of them sooner or later.
He can bear the terrifying roar of the catastrophe cloud up off in the distance, along with the faint rumble of battleship engines. The Syracusan is right. It may be wiser not to get involved in this, however...
Haryakaka, you ain't actually fascinated by that cloud, are ya? Maybe I am. I find it hard to hide my excitement whenever I encounter something I've never seen before. True, I paid a price for it back in Sami, but I just can't get rid of this bad habit.
What did he do in Sami? He's probably like, ooh. Look at these creatures with swirled faces. Let me touch. And let me poke it with the stick.
To be more precise, I want to take a look at the people walking beneath the catastrophe cloud.
This guy. He's just itching for trouble. He should come to my Rhodes Island. He should come to my base.
How's it going? I hope no one is giving you any trouble. Just another ordinary funeral. A funeral beneath the catastrophe cloud is hardly ordinary. It's unfair to so many. They should have been able to return to Kaza with us. Death is the one form of equality most readily attainable to all misery. The vast majority of the deceased have no relatives, nor even names. When I asked them to leave their final words, they could not even identify anyone who might remember them after they were gone. I shrouded the burial site in mist to keep beasts away. Unfortunately, most of the dead were still unable to return to the furnace, at home as they wished. Logos, do you know what lies ahead? What lies a little further up ahead? My previous missions really required me to come this way. Laterano is just south of here, not far. When Outcast and I went out on missions together in this area, she'd often bring me here to drink. We once made a foolish bet that I'd find a way to sneak in and try Lateran ice cream. Well, I did it. No one caught me. But I never got the chance to tell her. Ha. At least I'm not the one breaking my promise this time. So you deliberately refused the order to return to the ship with Ascalon. You knew we'd pass through here during the retreat. Don't try to guess my intentions, Logos. With Ascalon here, we'll have no issues escorting our fallen comrades and their tokens back to the ship. Besides, she also needs some time to herself, to say goodbye to the past. I tried speaking to her about the retreat, but she remained silent. Perhaps she won't have anything to say about what happens next either. She witnessed the end of an era, Logos. It couldn't have been easy for her, and I fear we'll have one less participant at our future meetings.
Being the same side as Teresa's? Nah, I'm okay with that. Actually, no, even the same side. It's just that we probably just like not interact at all. Misery lets out another sigh.
No one can say for sure what will happen next. It's just like the catastrophe cloud above our heads. I may not like this plan, but I must admit it's the best deterrent we have against those who wish to seize a chance to declare war on the Sarkas. Without a strong measure like that to avoid war, there'll only be more unnecessary sacrifices on the road back to Kazdel. Violence is a means, never an end. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe I'm just a pessimist, but I still think the rain will come down sooner or later.
And think about that, like after this, like right after they get back to Kazdel for a bit, then we have the silly little event. The cute event.
Uh-huh, so can you let me go? Who the hell are you anyway? I'm really just an explorer. What kind of explorer could stop the lightning in a catastrophe cloud? It's like the Thunderbolts themselves are afraid of you. Maybe they've taken a liking to me. See, a few of them just landed right next to me.
This guy.
You do realize that it just makes you even more suspicious, right? Personally, I think the catastrophe is sending a clear message. Don't come near us, and don't try to test us. Now, let's not be hasty. I just wanted to study this strange catastrophe cloud you created, as well as remind you that I don't like you. You tell too many lies.
The Sarkis mercenary sizes up the man standing before him and hesitates about whether to make a move. This guy's the one you're talking about. He looks pretty normal to me. You sure you got this right, old geezer?
He's giving off a particular scent, one I loathe.
He's stinky. Ancient Sarkas language.
Small Deca. Enemies from the outside. No, it's not coming from him. It's what he brought with them.
Does he have a cursed item too? Does he have a talking weapon too? I kind of love that. Oh man. Wisdom is a pretty good choice. Actually, no, Hodora can have the keys, but then Wizardel can be the patroller.
Strange. It seems to be a piece of paper.
You really are confused, you old coot. So does this mean we don't need to worry about him anymore? Hey, why aren't you saying anything?
Boss, I
told you, call me chairman from now on. What a pain in the ass. Why did Hodora have to make up all these stupid rules? Only Her Highness should call me chairman. Anyway, your squad's out here to scout, so keep on scouting. Leave this guy to me.
got it.
You. If you got something to say, say it. Don't try and pull fast on me. I guarantee I'm faster than you.
There's a fleet heading your way. Don't know which nation they're from. They disabled all identifying signals. They're coming from the direction. The terrain provides a lot of cover. It'll be easy to plan an ambush.
I guess everyone wants in on this. What a bunch of cowards, afraid of us yet always acting cocky. Alright, I'll pass on the word to the guys charging their deaths on the front lines. Hello, can you hear me? While you're out there, watch out for an ambush. So as a thank you, how about I invite you to watch the catastrophe cloud with me? You're here to explore, right?
Ha ha ha. I'd really rather not. I'm shaking in my boots here.
Humph. Alright, you're lost. Now scram. If any clueless sarcasm grabs you again, just tell him who let you go. Wizardel.
You have my thanks. The sure was a close call. If you hadn't rescued me, this journey would have been my last.
Drop the act around me. I know you got caught on purpose. It's so weird. Why do I keep running to people who have nothing to do with the sarcasm, but want to help anyway? The librarian eyes the seemingly relaxed sarcasm before him, quickly realizing she's likely the leader of the group, and that her attention has long since shifted away from him. She is focused on the distant horizon. She is heeding his warning. The wind brings with it the sounds of the land, or maybe the rumbling of ships' engines. Conflicts, wars, the explorer has already seen too much along the way.
Huh.
As always, we don't want to be the ones waiting for a beating. All the arts creations that we sent out have been destroyed. They know we're getting closer, but I never planned on hiding anyway. Some unlucky souls have to be sent to their death so that others can board the ship and fight. Will it be your squad or mine? Follow the orders of Babel and the military commission. This isn't for you to decide on your own. Kill every hostile you encounter. Anyone in the squad who spares an enemy or takes spoils from their comrades, kill them too. Prepare the explosives. Set up the altars along the route. Normally, the altars' arts can't penetrate the armor of high-speed battleships, but this time, we have a catastrophe cloud on our side.
They're here. I knew going home wouldn't be that easy.
The earth is shaking. The high-speed battleships slowly emerge from the shadows, blocking the sarcasm's path forward. The warrior launched a few charges like this while in Ladinium, and considers himself one of the fortunate few. He also knows full well that the path back to Casdale is not a road, but a battlefield full of corpses and awash in blood. The Sarkis procession stops at the edge of the firing range of the battleship's cannons. The sky grows dark as the black cloud overhead lets loose with rolling thunder. Your enemy is approaching. Everyone, commence preparations like you were ordered. Each of you just do your own job. I don't want to catch any idiots of you showing off. I don't want to catch any idiots of you showing off. Halt. You may not advance any further. Only a few Sarkis have noticed the young courteous girl within their ranks. She marches towards the head of the line. Then with a wave of her staff, the girl draws a line between where she stands. The black line spreads across the earth. A black wall rises up where the line once was. An impregnable wall, woven in black silk threads, separates the two opposing forces. The Sarkis can no longer see the courteous girl on the other side of the wall. Dang, Amiya. But one thing remains imprinted in their memories, the black crown floating above her head. The king of Sarkas. Their king has not abandoned them. They have a new king? But why an outblood king? The new king's voice resonates in the minds of every Sarkas present. Meanwhile, the fleet sent to block them clearly hears her words. The Sarkas are going home. I will not rule out violence if necessary. I know full well the weight of this black crown. Teresa's already led the myriad souls away. For the first time, the Sarkas have a choice. I will not let her efforts be in vain. Nor do I want the Sarkas or any of you to start another war. Like, see how they were just like itching for another fight already? Another potential fight. They're like, ooh, look at you with your fancy cloud. I'ma poke it. So thank you, Amiya, for stopping it. The cycle of hatred and revenge must end. This is the first time Amiya has openly revealed her identity since Teresa taught her all there was to know about the Black Crown inside of this assimilated universe. Now she can hear noisy cries from amidst the Sarkas. Impossible, it can't be! An outblood stole the Sarkas' crown? How? Why? She's our king? Do I have to make a tribute? Just what does she want from us? Let's go, it's on to the next battlefield! Terror, suspicion, reverence, ecstasy, a wave of emotions floods Amiya's mind. In the past, she has made several attempts to explore the information stored within the Black Crown, but she's never gone this far. The tide of information nearly overwhelms her. For millennia, the Sarkas have desperately sought their king, chasing an elusive vision. She tries her best to steady her thoughts and maintain the unshakable black wall. I am no ruler, nor am I the king of Sarkas. If the Sarkas hate me for this, I will accept that. I will show them the way forward, the path to end their suffering. Both sides should stand down. There won't be any more war. The black wall still stands, just as the catastrophe swirls above the wilderness. After a long stalemate, the first battleship in the fleet begins to change direction. Great, finally. The wave of thoughts suddenly fade away, and she hears an unusually clear voice. Who are you? Who are you?
Remain silent, as His Holiness commanded. Even though the Sarkas have committed countless crimes within our holy city, even though Laterano has never before faced such provocation and desecration, even though their army is openly threatening the safety of our residents, even then will not respond. Yes, His Holiness believes that Laterano should not interfere in this matter. I wish to see him. I'm going to file a protest. We are unsure where he is right now.
It's like, I'm gonna protest standing still. I wanna fight. It's like, dude, you're gonna get bonked. Like, tisk, tisk, tisk. The sudden disturbance of the halo, and the flood of information. For whatever reason, it suddenly became aware of something. A conversation. It is having a conversation with something similar to itself. Oh, I wonder if it's talking to Mia then. The who are you?
Since it has decided to make its choice, I'm afraid I must follow suit. The new revelation it has showed us is something Laterano can no longer bear on its own. Let me think. Let's start with the first question. Who are you?
I have to admit, Your Holiness, that this is a long road. Even without the whispers of the myriad souls trapped in the Originium for millennia, it would still take a long time for the Sarkas and this land to let go of their hatred. Well then, Amiya, my child, what if we do not have that much time? What if Terra is no longer in its infancy and has come to the point where it has to face its future? Teresa warned me that this might happen. Pretty. Someone walks into the static void. He is following someone else's footsteps, although their footprints have vanished from this place forever. The tower is still collapsing. A hint at everything that has transpired. Although time has no meaning here, he must admit that he's a step late. She's already completely out of reach. Now all he can see is the golden ocean and the lonely diamond in the sky. Amiya, not even I, the Pope, know when or where the disaster will occur. But I'm certain that it will be a crisis that we've never faced before. It is right before our eyes. And yeah, he's reaching towards Amiya. Well, it ended so ominously. I was like, well, bad stuff is gonna happen. Yeah, Teresa gave her everything to the sarcasm for reals. In a way, Teresa did do the same. But not everything just yet. Almost everything. I mean, she lost her life and he's just wandering now. He probably misses his sister, which is sad. Like, that's the biggest oof part for him. And no, don't mind me, I'm just staring at this real quick. I should get this. I really should. Sweetness. I'm debating if I want this or not. I'm thinking if I want this or not. Teresa's is somehow gonna end up wandering into Rhodes Island. And if that happens, it'd be kind of funny, but at the same time, gosh darn it, Teresa's. Okay, I'm done with that. That's fine. And then I will use my energy later. Maybe I'll make myself proper food. Proper food sounds pretty good, actually. But let me just start up an auto fight real quick. I should be fighting things in here. Oh, I should be getting more of these books. I'm running low on the 3 one. This one, look how little I have. 10. I mean, I could always just craft them, but I think it's better to have multiples. And look at how I'm just like 1 energy off. That hurts. One 7 farming rocks. Nice. Oh gosh. Evil spirit, yes. Are you the only one left of your kind? And if he points a blade to the priestess, I wonder how she would react. It'd be entertaining seeing priestess versus Teresa's. If anything, the priestess would probably be like, oh, this is so cute! Look at this world you're in, Doctor. So adorable. So precious. Trying to attack me, little old me. Oh, that'd be funny. The event overall was pretty good. I want to know more about the vampires. Like heck. Who is this Hime-sama? Who is the princess? If it is Closure, it's gonna be so hilarious. Princess Closure, you were here all along in Rhodes Island. Like, oops. Like, hi, Princess Closure. Closure, my Hime-sama. And then she bonks me because I said that. I wonder if there's any more instant noodles I can make. I'm tempted to make some spicy bulldog, assuming I still have some. If not, I don't know what there is. I can always just eat chips. Or I can eat more calorie mate. Or an energy waffle. It's like these little, kind of like, it's not really a protein bar thing, but it's like a, well, it's called an energy waffle, so I have that as a backup. Or I can just eat flavored air like Dad said. Or heck, maybe there'd be something in the fridge. Maybe they finally made something while I was streaming. It's been like a couple hours since the last one out of my room, so there's hope in the world. But yeah, I guess I'll make some dinner now. So with that being said, thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day at Gotcha Lock. I will find some food. Hopefully some proper food. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Woohoo! Do the event in one day, as one does.